God, I'm so sorry. I'm super late today, and it's just, just bad, terrible things because young Phil is the worst of all time.
I mean, I just feel bad for the people that you mowed down to get here so quickly.
At least 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what, Darren? None of that. I need none of that right now. Let's get the show started.
I can't hear it. Is it there? I can't even hear it. There it is.
It's so loud.
Distance nerding.
I can't hear him. Where'd he go? Oh, there he goes.
For the record, I hate you all.
For the record, good to know.
I feel like a really good chat conversation started happening out of this. So I think Phil being late, I think it had some positive consequences.
Well, usually that's why I start the music early, is so that, conversations like that can happen. But
I stopped listening to you. What?
It didn't come off very positive in the chat, so let's get this show going.
Is Saewong's got my back? He said it was the sack traffic. 100% it was the sack traffic.
He also blamed Van. So do you want to be in that?
It's
He
Van's
blamed Van. He said it was his
Van's
fault. Yeah.
100%. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Taco Tuesday. You know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing and just bringing in all the greatness that is Distance Nerding.
Part of the Comic-Con Radio podcast family. Phil says something now.
Oh, my name wasn't on there. Oh, it is. He's me from Wish. Fours.
That's the fabulous Frey girl.
He's the real young Phil.
And I'm Jamez 5000. And
We're here to nerd together.
Oh, I see what James did. He put me on there twice.
Nailed it.
Got it. Okay.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Don't dissect it right now. We nailed it for the 146th time. We're talking about anything pop culture, news, movies, food, music, wrestling, comics, whatever you're nerding out on. Even if you're late, we want to talk about it.
Hey, you know what? Some people nerd out on lateness. That's all I'm saying.
There we go. Yeah, some people are nerding out on being late, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all the places at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to, if you want to reach us in a different way, you can email us at everybody's favorite place, Dist.
Reach us in a different way. That sounds dirty, young girl.
Wow. Wow.
Wash your hands.
Definitely.
It's nerding at AOL.com. Oh my God. Well, guys, how's it been? How's the weekend? How's everything been with you guys?
I mean, I'm alive. That's something. And healthy, I guess. I don't know.
It's always something, right? Well, this week on deck, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to continue it going because it doesn't seem like anybody's
I wish I had a cookie.
really talk about the weekend. I know, right? You want a Biscoff?
Right? I don't even have any. Oh my God. Of course he's got them.
Jesus.
Of
Ladies
course.
and gentlemen, this week on deck, we've got the Geek End Update.
We're hitting the Oregon Trail this week. Gotcha. I gotcha.
Lights, camera, reaction.
We're getting toxic with new trailers.
Definitely toxic. Starting rumors.
Is Spider-Man the new Captain America?
Oh.
Captain America, man.
The download.
Good news from the picket line.
And of course, ending it with the breakdown.
We're force pushing our way into episode 7 of Ahsoka.
Oh, and it's going to be a great time. But before we do all of that, let me get a shout out.
Shout out to Poddex. In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. If you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster or a bunch of people in the chat that are just waiting for us, you could have played with the Poddex. Looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, level up with Poddex and check out poddex.com. Use code nerding10 for 10% off. Get 10% off decks, 10% off cups or merch or hats or shirts. It's amazing. Go get your Poddex. We'll use Poddex this coming weekend up at Metal Art Comic Con.
Absolutely will.
Right.
And it always makes
And-
our interviews that much better.
You will do close-up magic, right?
Yes, every time.
Every time.
Riveting.
If riveting, exactly.
That's the deal you made.
With the devil.
I never said that. I
Oh,
just said it was the deal you made.
Ladies and gentlemen, if the stream, if the channel, if everything we do is powered by Poddex, then Fours, what powers me?
Well, what powers you is that it's time once again for everybody to give a shout out to Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. There are no maltodextrins, sugars, fillers, artificial colors, or dyes, and it's keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor, a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. You can find out more at dubby.gg. And while you're at it, utilize the code NERDING10 for 10% off your checkout. Now, back to all you wonderful young people.
Boom. Beauty. It's a thing of beauty whenever Roshi is here to give us some love. Guys, I've only got enough for one flavor tonight. So what flavor should I rock tonight?
Just shut up and drink it. Just drink whatever you're gonna drink. Let's get the show going. Are you kidding me? Come on. Always putting it on us. What about you? You're the one holding all the Dubby in your hand that's never sharing it with anybody else. You're the one licking it off your fingers, putting it back in the jar. How is somebody going to drink more Dubby if you keep putting your dirty little fingers back in the jar?
Oh, yeah? But tell me how you really feel, James.
I think I need to go cry in a corner after that one.
It's okay. I muted him.
I'm just like sitting here and thinking, man, why don't I have popcorn right now?
The best part is I unmuted him and then he just started talking with his, like, not saying anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of the top 3 Distance Nerdings of 2023 happening tonight, without a doubt.
Okay, then I'll pick a flavor since James is so worked up about this. I'm going to lick my fingers to some Dragonade.
Ew.
Dragonade. Is that the dragon fruit one?
Dragon fruit pink lemonade.
Oh.
All
and
right.
It's pink, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So.
Oh, see, licked it. I saw it.
I did.
Tried to sneak it in there.
I did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time of All the Geek
Is he still going? I don't even know if he's going.
Damn it.
Yeah?
So
okay.
the problem that happened is my ring light is right where my screen is at, and I couldn't see the tab, so I ended up clicking on like 12 different things that I wasn't supposed to click on, and it went all over the place. All right, I messed up the bit, so it's fine. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Distance Learning is on Comic-Con Radio. Did you guys know that? Frey, did you know that?
I did.
Good stuff. Listen to Distance Learning on our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. Look for Distance Learning podcast, including this episode, and a new comic conversation each week. comiccon-radio.com/poddex or podcasts. I'm still on Poddex.
Poddex on the brain.
Oh, this episode. Somebody pop that in the chat and then pop the real URL in the chat. It's good.
Just because, Jamez is just today. We're going to call this episode Jamez is Angry.
Jamez is angry.
Hey, man. I know you're playing the part, but who saved the day earlier? Thank you very much.
Jamez's blood sugar has crashed.
All right. I need a Biscoff right now.
Oh, hey, so what's really cool is that we had a show on 9:30 called Heroes Fest, and that was to support, what is it? PWUAS, and I never Make a Wish, right?
Project Wish Upon a Star.
Project Wish Upon a Star. I'm getting closer every time.
You are.
And so I saw some of the pictures from the show that you guys did.
Yes. So we did just get some a post from a photographer that posted a bunch of pictures of me as Unipool. So I'm gonna be I've been collecting them. I'm waiting until I get a few more, because I know there was a few more pictures that were taken, and I'm gonna make a reel of all of that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the pictures that I saw, they were so cool. So I cannot wait until we see did you guys have fun?
Oh yeah, we had a blast. Did you see the one with me and the little Spider-Man?
Yes, that was so cute.
I so that kid, he was like really shy, and his dad was like trying to get him to come out. And you know, of course, I'm standing there as Deadpool, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Miles! I'm such a big fan, Miles. Can I take a picture with you, please? And like he puts his mask on and then whips me, and I'm like, this is the best thing ever. And his dad, like, you could just see how like happy and proud that his dad got.
That's so cool. Well, the picture came out great though too. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that there was like a cute little story for that. You're so good about that. So, and then you also kind of scare some kids too. I know you don't mean to, but you do. So that's fun.
So why don't you tell us about Heroes Fest and the purpose behind it, and then we can kind of get into some stories, because I know you saw a bunch of people down there, a bunch of friends.
Yeah. So Heroes Fest is put on by our good friends over at Project Wish Upon a Star. So it's a charity. What they do is they take kids who tend to be terminally ill, and they give them kind of like the, I guess, for lack of a better word, the hero treatment at cons and things like that. It's basically they're giving them the con treatment that they want to give them, right? And, you know, it's like they'll make them like a custom cosplay, and they get to meet celebrities, like the celebrities that are at the show of their choice. You know, it's an awesome organization. They go out of their way to take care of these kids. And every year they put on this show called Heroes Fest. It's been at Heroes Comics. Unfortunately, Heroes Comics is closing at the end of the year. They just announced that they're closing up shop for reasons I don't want to get into. But you know, basically California economy's messed up. So they're closing up shop, and so this is the last Heroes Fest at Heroes Comics. And you know, we were honored to be Darren from Project Wish Upon a Star. He loves my mic presence and my mic personality, so he wants me to do announcements and things like that. So again, three years in a row, I've gotten the honor to present like the Astor Awards, which are their like award ceremony that they give to like local heroes and stuff like that. And you know, the last 2 years I've been doing Unipool. And actually the idea for Unipool came from the first Heroes Fest, because Fresno Deadpool, shout out to Matthew Hernandez. He was like, your personality and attitude screams Deadpool. Like if you were to cosplay as Deadpool, you'd be amazing. And so he was the one that kind of pushed me to do it. So the next time we saw them was at LA Comic-Con, and I debuted Unipool, and yeah, it grew from there. So, you know, Project Wish Upon a Star is again an amazing organization. If there's anybody out there, if you guys want to donate to anybody in general, if there's any organization that you want that you want to kind of donate to, Project Wish Upon a Star is a good place to donate to. Head over to pwuas.org and give them some donations. I mean, it's a great organization. They do so much for the kids. You know, and we're still friends to this day with a lot of the kids that we've met along the way. And you know, these kids are so I guess tough is going to be the word that I'm going to give them, because I'm not going to say they're so strong like everybody else. No, they're tough. Like these kids are badass, and they are, you know, living with something that is terminal and getting, you know, most of them are survivors at this point. The ones that we know at least have been survivors, and they're amazing kids. So
that's awesome.
Great. And by the way, Project Wish Upon a Star is incredible. Part of how they were founded, it was Darren was working at another nonprofit. Then he had this idea of focusing on kids with cancer and bringing them to cons, giving them that unique con experience. And he was kind of on the fence about, should I do it? Should I not do it? What should I do? And he was talking to his good friend about it. And his good friend was like, if you do this, I am fully on board and I am fully behind you, because I believe in you and I believe in this idea. I think
That's
you should do it.
awesome.
So Darren did it. That friend was Stan Lee.
Stan Lee.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's incredible that Stanley helped kind of start this. He's rest in peace, Stanley. But when he was alive, he signed at the LA Comic-Con booths, which was Stanley's con before. Then it became LA Comic-Con, but Stanley's been their proponent or their signee and their guest a couple different times. It's been great.
That's
Right.
awesome.
That's back when it was Kamikaze.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. And then Meadowlark's next, right? It's on the 7th, so it'll be this weekend.
Yes. So we're going up to Oregon this weekend, guys. That's why James said we're going on the Oregon Trail. This is our second show of the year in Oregon. We do Anna Medford, and then we do Metal Art Comic Con, both put on by Colossus Girl, but very, very different shows as far as the way that they promote and the way that they do everything. Metal Art Comic Con being like a regular Comic Con, like being a Comic Con, and of course Anna Medford, the one we did a couple months back, is more focused on anime. So I mean, it's great. Gonna see a whole bunch of friends, the vendors that we see on a regular basis. Love all the vendors that we work with down over there, but then all the guests that we're going to be hanging out with. James, tell them who's going to be at Metal Art Comic Con. Or actually, let's Frey, tell everybody because you can see it. Frey, you tell everybody who's going to be at Metal Art Comic Con.
I can't see that. It just says Metal Art Comic Con. Yeah,
I have the site pulled up.
Yeah,
but I was going to say though, real quick, before we jump off.
So I appreciate it.
I realized he didn't have it written on there. He normally has them all written on there.
Before we jump off Heroes Fest, I want to give a shout out to Geek Saga because Dave and Eugene from Geek Saga, one of our friends' shows, they drove up. So actually Dave's from Fresno, so he was right around the corner. So he showed up. Eugene drove the 2-3 hours to get there just to meet up since you guys were going to be there.
Yeah, they saved the day, by the way.
Dave was Dave's wife. Shout out, right? She brought some food for you guys and whatnot.
Yep.
So shout out to them. Anyway,
I was gonna say so did Aaron Watson. Aaron Watson went and got us a bunch of cheeseburgers.
Oh, that guy! Come on,
cheeseburger.
Was he wearing his mandals?
He wasn't.
No,
it was raining, but I actually did tell him. I was like, "Bro, you should have wore mandals." He goes, "I don't wear mandals at all." I was like, "All right, just let me know next time. I will make sure you have a pair of mandals on hand."
There we go. Okay, Metal Art Comic Con, October 7th. Oh, it's gonna be fun. It's a 1-day con, so if you're on the fence, this is one of the last cons of the season. Go check it out. Chase Masterson, is gonna be there. I'm super excited about this. She's been in Star Trek, or actually still on Star Trek, on Star Trek Online, but then she's been lead roles opposite so many incredible actors. Like she was in Robin Hood Men in Tights, Mel Brooks, but then she started opposite Mark Hamill in Robotech, opposite Bruce Campbell in a sci-fi film, Terminal Invasion, opposite Ryan Seacrest, opposite Jerry O'Connell. Dude, she's been all over. I can't wait to talk about all these Hollywood stories with her. It's going to be awesome. Yeah,
no, it's going to be fun. We're going to have a great time with that. I'm excited to meet her because I mean, it's just there's a lot of characters that I didn't realize that she played that I am excited to talk to her about, kind of bring up. So
that'll be fun. Good.
And Charlie Schlatter will be there. He's the voice of Flash on Justice League JLA.
Oh, okay.
So super cool. And then if Marvel's your thing, we got Kathy Garver, the voice of Firestar. Super excited about that. She's awesome. And then our good friend Joey DeAria, who was Mojo the Clown in Chicago's area for 20 plus years. Super fun, super nice. He's got amazing stories. We were at Gem State Comic Con with him, and we were talking about Batman 66 and Adam West, and he just peeks around the celebrity curtain, was like, "Hey, you guys want to hear an Adam West story?" We're like, "Oh, no. Of course we do." They jumped on stage with us. It was great.
That one was more, we were talking about Adam West in general, right? And because we were asking people, who's your favorite Batman, right? And one guy in the back of the audience goes, Adam West, and he just pops out of the thing. I have an Adam West story. I'm like, dude, come on stage, let's go.
So
that's
cool.
awesome.
So cool. By the way, Sang Wong's chiming in. He's talking about Fan Expo. Mark Hamill will be there. Oh my goodness! But
It's
tickets are sold
Wow.
out. They were like $400 for like an autograph.
For a Mark Hamill autograph.
Yeah,
autograph.
and I think they sold out.
He's Luke Skywalker, y'all.
I
Well,
think
they
sold out twice.
they also I guess they opened up like a whole bunch of new slots, and those got sold out within a day.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean it's Hamill, man.
Yeah, and they're not getting any younger, so it's like do it now. If you get an opportunity, do it.
Right.
Do it. All right, let's get into some trailers. Let's keep the show moving.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move into the next part of the show. It's time for Lights, Camera, Reaction.
Quiet on the set. Can we please have quiet on the set?
All right, James. So let's go. Let's introduce this first trailer. What do we got?
This one's interesting. It's a Netflix movie. It's called Leave the World Behind. It stars Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, Kevin Bacon. There's so many big names in this Netflix movie. It looks interesting. It's kind of a end of the world movie, but I think there's a twist. So you just watch the trailer and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Both male and female have to go through a villain stage, and if you successfully do that, you can extend your career. You know who's not successfully doing it right now? Susan Sarandon, because she was the weakest link of the Blue Beetle movie.
Oh man, she actually was. I will agree with you. She kind of was. See, here's the thing: is if I ever became an actor, I just want to play villains. That's it.
No, and there are actors that do that. There are. You probably should really have a great British accent, like a posh British accent in your repertoire if you are going to do that. Because
I've done a posh British accent for voiceover stuff before. So, and it was funny because I did one. It was a it was like a small little like 2-line thing, but it was like they needed a dark character. And I went with the British accent, and they were like, "Oh, what was the choice to go British?" I was like, "Think of any villain, like like any good villain is British." And like, okay, we like that choice. We didn't think about it. We like that choice.
You can be a villain if you're British. Otherwise, you have to be Christoph Waltz, and then you can be a villain.
Right. And if you're French, you have to either be just trying to get in the girl's pants,
or comedy relief,
and will betray at some point. Or comedy relief, yeah. So,
otherwise, you're Jason Momoa, my man,
my man.
I think what it is about British people being villains is because that posh British accent conveys intelligence and makes them a little bit more. It makes it a little more terrifying when you have intelligence.
That's not it at all.
It's not.
This goes back to our revolutionary days. This goes back to we have to be the heroes. And who was our first foe? The British.
That explains Star Wars so much.
Yeah, totally. That's it.
Because
and in Britain, it's the French. French guys are the bad guys. I'm not kidding.
Faults in your general direction.
Yeah.
And in France, it's the Spanish that are the bad guy.
Weirdly enough, it's also the French. No,
the French also hate the French. It's like when you're in
they hate the Belgians.
And they do. They really do. Darren saying, am I saying that British people are smarter than Americans? Absolutely not. I'm saying that
they just sound smarter than
that accent makes you sound. And it's not even like I'm smarter than you intelligent. Like it makes you sound like you're a calculated, cold person.
It's just legit. Like if you say, 2 + 2 = 4 in this voice, you're like, maybe
2 + 2 = 4.
And you're like, oh, well, 2 + 2 = 4. And then someone goes, yeah, absolutely.
But it has to be Londoner though, because if you start going a little bit Cockney, then it's like no, you lose it completely.
Yeah, that's true.
How about
Put-
4 plus 4 equals 8? And I give this 8 out of 10. I give this 8 weird red swarmy things out of 10 Kevin Bacon as a bad guy movies that I will watch. Boom.
Yeah.
I forgot we were like
Exactly.
reviewing anything.
Frey,
That's
review
right.
something.
We review these things. On a scale of 1 to 10, what is the likelihood you want to watch this movie?
I'm giving this 8. Oh no. I'm giving this 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon out of 10 Julia Roberts hair flips, because you know they're gonna happen.
That's pretty good. Okay, I like that. Forrest, what you got?
I am going to give this 6 DVD copies of the movie 2012 out of
Okay, all right.
10 Earth-destroying meteors.
All right.
There was
Love
no meteors
it.
in-
He's talking about
But I'll
like
take
end of
it.
the world
Because they're
films.
disaster films. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
End of the world films. I'm gonna give this 8. Don't call hackers hackers, because hackers don't call themselves hackers. Out of
Hack yes.
Hack the World. No, if you listen to me and Graveyard on Monday streams every now and then, whenever anybody sits there and goes, "Oh yeah, because I'm a hacker," like, hackers don't call themselves hackers. Come on, dude.
No, they're dark web associates.
Dark web.
If you really want to get into the actual term, black hats. But I mean,
No, that's like so like 2007. They don't call themselves that anymore. I can't tell you what they call themselves though.
That is the technical term for what they're called though. Like if you talk about like what the government calls them, they call them black hat operatives. So like James, because James is a black hat operative.
I got black hat.
Exactly. I'm gonna give like I said, the whole 8 hacker thing, hackers not hackers, out of 10. Mahershala Ali killing it in every role that he kills it in anyways.
Dude, he has been fantastic since the 4400.
Yeah. Put that guy in a movie about racist Italian dudes, and it, he can still make it decent.
Yep.
I know James is looking at me like I don't know what movie you're talking about.
What, Green Book?
Green Book.
Are you talking about Argyle? Because
No.
Look, I
coming
watched
up.
this. Husby's real excited about it, and I didn't want to watch it because it has Henry Cavill in it. But now I know what it's about. It is adorable.
It gives me even more reason to want to watch it because Henry Cavill's in it.
I have beef with Henry Cavill. Let's move on.
love Henry Cavill.
I know.
Look at that hairline. Look at that jaw.
This is another Joker thing.
You
Let's go.
can have beef because he is all beef. Look at that man. Okay,
Uh,
let's go.
not
That's
only was he-
fine.
Not only
You guys
was
can have all that beef.
not only was he an amazing Superman, he was also an amazing Witcher. And I feel like there's not going to be anybody that can hold the candle to the way that he played the Witcher.
I agree. And I'm not saying that I won't watch stuff with him, but it's just not like I don't see him and go, oh my gosh, I want to watch this 10 times more now. No, I just don't do that.
The only reason that, because it's not just that, like, oh yeah, he's a hot dude, but it's more like he's a good actor. He really
No,
is.
you all said that he was beef.
He is.
I said I had beef with him. You guys went there. So yeah, I can totally say that you guys are going to go see this because he's a hot, sexy.
No, that's
Show me the beef and play the trailer.
why I want to watch it. That's what I'm saying. I want to watch it because he's a good
Sure.
actor.
Yep. No, I totally agree. Let's watch it.
beef.
Beef
Fine.
actor. She's hot. It's like, come on, man.
It
I
looks
mean, well,
fun.
she's not my type that way, but yeah. So I love it. I love me some Sam Rockwell. I can't wait to see what dance he does. I am all about it.
Rate it, Frey.
I'm going to give this, I'm doing it. 10
Oh shit.
10 Sam Rockwell funky dances out
All right,
of
okay. All right.
10 Samuel L. M.F. Jackson quippy lines because he's gonna have them.
Okay. All right. Fours, what you got? You're like, you guys talk way too much over these.
I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give this 5 pieces of kryptonite out of 10 tickets to this movie that won't get used.
Not
Oh,
a fan. I see how it is. Phil, what do you got?
I am gonna give this.
Yes. No. Yes.
I'm gonna give
Kryptonite.
this
Say
9.
kryptonite.
I'm gonna give this 9 bullet trains out of 10.
All right. Okay. I'm excited for this. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, what is this movie? It's just an action movie. But the story with Bryce Dallas Howard is
mhm.
super cute, and then you put, Henry Cavill, John Cena in it. And it's, I don't know if they're like real or not real, but it looks fun. It just looks like a fun movie set with a, an action backdrop. I'm into it. So I want to give this 8 Dua Lipa songs because she's amazing out of 10 Dua Lipa gold dresses because those were amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I was gonna say, did you guys see that Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum movie where they get stuck on the island? She gets kidnapped. He goes after her.
I didn't watch it, but I know which
Mhm.
movie you're talking about.
It's kind of like that. She plays like this novelist, and like something happens, and anyway, Brad Pitt's in it too, by the way. But but it's a cute movie, and much cuter than I thought it was gonna be, and it's on Prime.
Yeah,
So
Lost City. Lost City.
yeah,
was
yeah,
fun.
Lost City. It's on Prime, and it was really cute. So if you like that, like if you
Mhm.
have seen that or you like it, I bet you're gonna like Argyle too. I think it's probably just gonna be a little bit more actiony. So it's gonna be like Spy plus Lost City. I think that's what it's gonna be like. Spy with Melissa McCarthy. I watch too much movies, I think. But yeah.
It's all good.
The whole vibe on this entire trailer gives me Kingsman vibes, anyways. Because it said straight up right there, it was from the team
Yeah.
that made Kingsman, right? So I mean, like
Well,
you see,
Matthew Vaughn, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, Matthew Vaughn. So I mean, like just the directing style, the action, just kind of the way that everything moves and flows is very Matthew Vaughn. So I'm excited to watch it just because he's good at doing mindless action with some substance in it. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
I enjoy watching Matthew Vaughn's movies. Sorry, James, go.
I was gonna say I would have given it a 10 out of 10, but they forgot one crucial thing, and it
More
was the hit.
Dua Lipa.
Well, yeah, more Dua Lipa, and the other one is Henry Cavill loading up his guns like in Mission Impossible.
I
What
think
does he
that
do?
was like a specific thing that he had in that specific contract.
I wish
don't
he
think
did
he
that
can
like
do
in
it
every
again.
movie. He should do that in every movie. It's great.
No, because then it's like it would be like Momoa's my man, and we'd
My
be
man!
doing it all the time. And I think it was more effective that he did it once.
Am I the only person on the screen who was quietly thinking that James was going to say, you know what would have made the movie the 10? The Rock.
Is it because they got the little Cena boy? It's because they got the Cena bro.
Oh man! All right, I'm excited for this next trailer, though, guys. Did everybody rate?
I think so.
did. Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm not leaving anybody out. All right.
Wait, before we go, I had a thing.
Yeah.
The Geek Saga is your bro show.
Yeah, like Kyber Cave is our sister show,
Right.
which makes Geek Saga our bro show.
Bro show.
Bro show. So
Dude, when they all get together because they're all army dudes, the conversation gets so dirty so fast.
It's definitely bro show then.
if you're ever around vets, then you understand that's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I was. You guys said the Geek Saga, and you said it's like our show, and I was like, well, it's not really a sister show; it's our bro show.
the best part is like if you were there at Heroes Fest this weekend, and like at the beginning while we're all setting up, just basically me, Eugene, and David talking smack in front of David's kids, right? And his wife just cracking up because we were just making the dumbest jokes, and she was just like, "Yeah, no, it's normal. I'm used to it." All right,
Wow.
guys, well, let's get this next trailer going. I'm excited for this one. James, give us an introduction.
Oh, for Toxie?
Yeah.
And do we have to talk that it's a Red Band trailer? I guess just hey, it's a Red Band trailer. That's all we gotta say. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all, it's gonna have dirty talking
Yeah.
and
I'm
probably some blood splatter.
probably. I'm very excited for this. I was a big fan of Toxic Avenger when I was growing up. I was very I was kind of wondering how they were gonna do Dinklage, like if it was gonna be like CG and Dinklage was gonna be, a tall dude, or if it was just gonna be Dinklage being Dinklage, and it seems like it's just Dinklage is Dinklage. So I definitely I'm excited to see the Toxic Dinklebot. So
I wonder if he's doing this because to go back to his roots of the Knights of Badassdom. Is that
that's
the name
why
of it?
he's in that movie. I forgot he was in that movie.
Yes, he is.
All right.
It
I
is
do have
fantastic.
Toxopsis.
Uh-oh.
Toxopsis.
The movie is described as a brand new reimagining of Lloyd Kaufman's classic, The Toxic Avenger. And it's explained that while the original film, which premiered in 1984, followed the fate of Melvin Ferd Junko III, who goes from zero to toxic hero in a case of bullying gone awry, Malcolm Blair's contemporary take follows a hideous, deformed creature of superhuman size and strength all on his own. So I guess it's a continuation-ish, I guess.
Interesting. Okay, so it's picking up from the old school Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I enjoy these stories that are picking up from the old ones, just because you can go. It gives you an excuse to go watch the old movies and pick up the lore if you've never
Yeah.
watched, the original. So I do.
Where's Grave? Is this considered horror?
Yeah, I think he's seen him. I don't know if he considers it horror or not.
No, because I mean they're a little more camp, but I mean he does love the camp stuff. But I mean,
Okay.
yeah,
But there's camp horror. Like that is a genre of horror.
yeah,
so.
yeah. But I mean, like it's. I mean, there's an element of horror to it. So yeah, let's get into this trailer and check this out. I'm hoping I'm wowed by this.
Wow.
Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Okay. I kind of see where Grave is coming from with horror movies now. I kind of see it.
It's like it's so messed up, but it's fun, and I'm so for it, dude. Oh, I love I love the editing and stuff like that when they like specifically do like these comedy cuts, and then you do something super gruesome and then go back to a comedy cut. Like again, like, and this is something that I know Graveyard loves, and when it comes to like the campy stuff, is when you go to stuff like that. I mean, dude, Bruce Campbell does stuff like that all the time. So I mean, like,
Yeah,
I
he's like
love
the king of campy horror. It's
yes,
awesome.
and I know Grave is a giant Bruce Campbell fan. I'm
Mhm.
hoping that the husband is listening to the show at least, and he's like, chimes in 2 seconds from now, like, I'm playing Destiny, but yes,
That's funny.
I'm doing a raid. I'm doing Crota right now.
All right, Forrest, what do you think of Toxic Avenger? I don't think they're calling it's just called Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
There's no reboot, no continuation. Forrest, what you got?
So I'm going to give this 8 Toxic Crusader action figures.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, Forrest knows this stuff. Out of 10 comedy cuts.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
I dig it.
I like that. Young Phil, where are you at?
Oh, I'm definitely giving this 10 dirty mops with toxic sludge all over them out of 10 deformed mutants beating the shit out of just weirdo monster guys. God, I love the Toxic Avenger.
All right, Frey, where are you with Toxie?
I'm gonna give this 6 Ew, that's really blood. Out of 10, isn't that swells?
Hey, how about if I tell you that Kevin Bacon is also in it? Will you change your mind?
No.
Okay.
Like, I don't.
Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood. What if I say Elijah Wood? No. No.
No.
All right. I tried.
Mm.
I tried.
He's so little in person.
He is. We met him.
Yeah.
We met him at LA Comic Con last year. Well, it was like
Yeah.
brief. It wasn't like like a whole. Hey, hi, Elijah. There's a possibility we might be able to do that this year, but I mean, like last year, the moment that we had to like kind of see him, he was getting ready to do another interview in the press room.
Yeah.
We were trying to clear out the press room so that they could do their interview, and we kind of just like walked by for a second and was like, hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And now he's Peter Dinklage's stunt double. It's great. So he's getting work. It's amazing to see him continuing to work. It's great. I
Yeah,
love it.
absolutely.
Such a good kid. He's such a good kid.
All right.
I will give this. I want to give this 8. Was that a like some kind of toxic wand that he had?
It's
toxic
mop. Do you remember the mop that he had in?
But it looked like it was like a green thing at the top. I guess it could have been the mop.
I think what happened is like he turns the mop into a staff. So it's like,
Oh, that's yeah. It looked like a staff. Okay, so 10 glowy mops out of, or wait, 8 glowy mops out of 10 butt guts because they mentioned butt guts in the in the article. So butt guts it is.
Is that where you shit your guts out, or?
Hey man, you gotta watch the movie. All right, I'm not no spoilers here. Watch the movie.
No spoilers.
Go watch it. Definitely gonna go watch that one.
All right, you ready? Let's keep it going.
All right.
Do this. Let's go.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now time to get into the next part of the show. It is time.
I don't know where to get into.
The longest reigning champion in AEW history made it official last month when it was announced by WWE that Jade
Oh my God, she's pregnant.
Cargill
No, she's not.
is a WWE superstar now. Oh my God, this is a huge signing. I know you guys aren't huge wrestling fans, but I mean, she was huge. She was farm grown from AEW, but she made the switch to WWE. It's a huge get for WWE.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Ray the other day because I was saying like, okay, so this is just somebody else on the roster who I get to crush out on because Jade Cargill is like my big crush in AEW. Now she's back in WWE, so she gets to hang out with all my other crushes.
So you're gonna fangirl all over.
Oh, dude, she's so hot.
Okay. Anyway, so Cargill. So everybody's wondering like, where's she gonna go? What's she gonna do? So as the report from PW Insider goes, Cargill is currently scheduled to be at WWE's Fastlane this Saturday, the 7th. If you're not at Fastlane, come to Metal Art Comic Con. Pretty much the same thing. And she may be joining the Monday Night Raw roster. So, what do you think? Tacos on the table. Do we get Jade Cargill this weekend at Fastlane? Ready, set, Frey, go. She's asleep.
Ambivalent tacos on the table.
Perfect.
Just for the tacos to be on the table. 4s on or off the table. I know you probably don't know much about this, but on or off the table.
On the table. I think it would be a fantastic opportunity to get some promotion before Raw happens.
See, that is good. Good insight. That is good.
I like it.
I just can't seem to care.
Young Phil Cargill. Okay, what do you got?
That's right. If somehow I married Jade Cargill aside from my wife, I would take Jade Cargill's last name. No,
and you'd have to like go like LDS.
Yeah.
I think they're the only ones you can do that with now.
There's a couple of jokes that I can get into there, but I'm not going to.
Mhm.
All right, so I think she is going to show up at Fastlane. I 100% think that WWE is going to try and capitalize on the name, and that she's going to be on Raw again. They were teasing that she was going to be on SmackDown for a little bit. I don't think that that's the right move to make. We talked about this in our group chat. I think that she needs a little more time to build on her mic skills, to build on her in-ring ability, and just kind of refine the in-ring ability, because she's a great wrestler to begin with, but she can fix a couple of things. I think she'd be better off in NXT, and dominate NXT for a little while, and then come back up to the main roster. So my hope is that like tacos on the table, WWE creative is dumb enough to put her on the top right off the bat. But I think that the better move would be to do her main roster debut and then bump her down to NXT for a while, and then come up and challenge one of the more dominant females in the main roster, so that way we get a good storyline between her and, say, like a Becky Lynch, or a
Becky Lynch is the NXT champion right now.
well, I mean, I guess she could build something with Becky in NXT then. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking like a good rivalry for her would be with Bailey, because Bailey's already been talking shit.
Yeah, of course. They're gonna have rivalries with everybody.
But I mean, like, I think that, but I mean, like, I think that you bump her to NXT, have her dominate NXT, come back up and start a rivalry with Bailey, and I think that would be a good storyline. But I mean, for at least for long-term booking. But
So where are your tacos?
my tacos are on the table because I know that WWE is going to put her on the main roster.
Okay. My tacos are on the table as well, that she's going to debut this weekend. I also just want to mention that I'm going to share my tacos with Jade Cargill's husband, Brandon Phillips, who's like a Major League Baseball player. This is the thing. She does not need to wrestle. She is they are millionaires just by him being in the Major League
Maybe
Baseball.
she wants her own money. How about that?
She's amazing. She's amazing.
She's more like carving her own path, which is awesome. And I mean, like, it's especially like if you're in this kind of situation where you don't need money, then you can go and be like, I want to be a wrestler. What do I got to do?
Yep. So tacos on the table. Let's keep going. So I got a new one. A report has surfaced claiming that Christopher Nolan is in talks to direct not one, but 2 shaken not stirred James Bond films.
Interesting.
I know, right? So the report says the deal being negotiated would be for Nolan to direct 2 Bond films, writing both of them as well. And I think they actually want to do a trilogy, but minimum 2 Bond films. Tacos on the table, y'all. Is Nolan gonna do James Bond?
No, I wouldn't put. My tacos are nowhere near a table. Like, they ran away from the table.
Wow.
Yeah. See, they're jumping on it like that. They're getting ready to run.
Now, why don't you think the Nolan's gonna do some Bond
I
films?
think he really was not a fan of doing multiple movies of the same character after he finished the trilogy he did for Warner Brothers. And so I just don't think he's going to do that. And for them to say it's going to be like multi-pictures, I just don't see him doing it.
And I think they want to pseudo reboot like the existing Bond movies, like the older, Sean Connery, Roger Moore. They want to kind of redo
George
those.
Lazenby,
redo those in a brand new 2023, 2024.
Right. Especially considering how the last set of movies ended, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. But I mean, it is on Amazon, so you can go and watch that. But
I just, and if they're gonna reboot it, I just don't see Christopher Nolan being the one to start that. I just don't think. I think that if they're gonna do it, they want to do something that would be attractive to the next generation to keep it going. And I see Christopher Nolan being like purely in like the already accepted generation, so not the up and coming generation.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see somebody with a little bit more like edge that's doing newer stuff do James Bond if they're going to really reboot it.
I feel like Nolan has a good eye and kind of a good perspective to do Bond, but at the same time, I feel like he would feel creatively stifled to do a Bond movie because the way that he makes his films, there's a lot that goes into it, and I feel like he would feel boxed in to kind of just like go off of a Bible that is James Bond, right?
Yeah. And
I
a lot of like what you can and can't do. There's a lot of stuff that Bond can't do
right.
in movies. So
Yeah, I don't see Nolan taking it. Especially the other thing being that kind of what you mentioned before. Like he's talked extensively about how after Batman he kind of doesn't want to do big franchises anymore. So I mean, like I enjoy the films that he makes. I like what he does with the films that he has. They're very creative and out there films, and I think that he should continue down that road. But yeah, my tacos are going to be off the table on this one. I don't think that Christopher Nolan, unless they allow him creative freedom, I don't think Christopher Nolan is going to do a Bond film.
Wow, you guys. Forrest, what do you think?
My tacos are also off the table because honestly, knowing what Nolan has been responsible for in the last 10 to 12 years, the subject matter that is Bond, I feel that it would probably be too boring of subject matter for him. To be perfectly honest, he did the detective thing already. He did the suspense filled world warning thing already. So but that's not Bond. Bond is Nolan doesn't do suave, smooth. No. So no.
Matthew Vaughn.
Not even a taco shell on the table.
No, Matthew Vaughn did the Kingsman movies because he wanted to get back and do movies that were similar to old school Bond, but with a modern take. So I can't Matthew Vaughn doing a Bond movie if he gets to do it the way he did Kingsman.
Well, no, I'm saying like somebody like Matthew Vaughn, like because Forrest mentioned Matthew Vaughn, and I was like, oh my gosh, no, somebody like Matthew Vaughn. That's what we need. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Forrest. I did not mean to interrupt you.
Right.
No. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I'm not done. My tacos are on the table. Give me some Christopher Nolan, James Bond. I want to see what happens.
Yeah.
Only way, if they cast Idris Elba, would I go see Christopher Nolan doing a James Bond movie.
Oh God, they're not going to do Idris Elba because Idris Elba specifically said he feels like he's too old to play Bond. He won't play Bond. He already said they approached him to play Bond and he turned it down.
I said what I said.
You can say what you want to say, but when the actor that you want to play him said that he won't play him, not really anything you can do about that.
No, I know, but that means that it won't ever happen, so I don't ever have to see it. Ha ha! There you go.
I see what you did there. All right.
Okay. Hulu and director Dan Trachtenberg are finally moving forward with Prey 2, which will continue the story of the historical Predator movie. Huh? Interested?
Well, yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Because it's based on my life story, and we're still ironing out the details of what I'm willing to let them show and what I'm not.
Yeah, that's right. So we know that Frey was involved in this.
And I told them they couldn't call it Frey, so they changed it to Prey. So
got it.
I didn't say they were very smart.
This makes me want to contact a certain friend of the show and ask if he's involved in this.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just because you said pray and I thought you said fray, and so then anyway, go ahead.
I'd be interested in this. So it was also teased that the 1715 pistol featured in the movie, which was seen in Predator 2, will be one of the elements in the franchise followed as the story continues. I kind of like that it's continuing or connecting to the overall story.
I
They
like
did
when
that.
they do that, when they take like an inanimate object and that's the connection, like the connective tissue to each movie. That's kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Tacos on the table. Are we getting a Prey 2? Frey 2?
Yep. Tacos all on the table. Every
Tacos on the
taco.
table. I thought this was officially announced.
Uh-uh.
Okay. What I do want to see eventually is I like the idea of them doing Predators in time. So like
Hmm.
like Predators showing up in different times. Somebody
Mhm.
Like
suggested
a quantum leap predator? What are you talking about?
no, like a different
Uh,
points in history where Predators showed up, right?
Ziggy, where am I?
Predator Loki.
There is there's a TikToker
Uh,
that put out a concept for a Predator movie where it's like the Predator in feudal Japan.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
And it's like a really cool. I gotta find the video and post it, but like basically he talks about like basically somebody gives him a couple of different points to add into the plot of the story, and he comes up with this plot, and it's like okay, Predators in feudal Japan. It is a Ronin samurai who is dishonored. He has a apprentice with him, and basically the entire story is about them finding their honor. And then like one of the other things that they said it has to be in the movie is the final scene has to be in in like the a burning castle. So the final scene is them fighting in this castle and like
What
you
is
know
it turning into Highlander at some point? I mean,
no, but I mean like the whole idea is like them fighting the predator, and that's the only way that they can like kill off the predator. I gotta find it. It was
oh,
really smart and really well done. And it's
Cool.
like I want this movie now. I want to see samurai fighting predators. That would be badass.
oh, that'd be so cool. Well, who's y'all's favorite samurai?
Jack,
Uh,
Samurai Jack.
Samurai.
The Ronin from Star Wars Visions.
Oh, that's another good one.
How about
Mine is Musashi.
Musashi?
Miramoto Musashi, the greatest samurai in all of Japan.
The Michael Jordan of samurais? Is that
Yeah,
Uh,
there would be no Star Wars without him.
Gotcha.
Seven
Okay.
Samurai. I was gonna go with Shonuff, the Shogun of Harlem, but I mean, okay.
Hey, you know what? He's pretty good too.
I'll take that.
I
will
think
take
that's
that.
more like of the Chinese
Well, that was Black Sports.
dynasty thing.
yes.
Yeah. Then it is more like samurai Japanese. But I get where you're coming from. And Shona is enough. He's enough.
Force, are you ready for this next one? It's got a gaming one. Turn up your
Yeah,
own.
but are we gonna put tacos on the table for this or not?
Oh, I
did.
thought we did.
I thought we did. We all put tacos on the table and said that our
For
tacos.
for prey?
Yeah,
Prey
Yeah.
2.
for Prey
I
2.
didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
put it
no,
out
go
there.
do
Put it
are
out
it.
your tacos on the table?
Wow, thanks.
I don't think I did tacos either.
Uh-oh.
Young Phil.
You're
Come
the one
on,
that said
man.
let's move on. So let's go. Tacos are on the table or not? Let's go.
All right, so for fours, my tacos are on the table because according to my 9.8 seconds of Google searching, I just found out that Prey 1 was the most watched premiere across all films and television series on Hulu, as well as the most watched film premiere on Star in the international markets. When you get numbers like that, the audience is going to want more. So my tacos are definitely on the table for a sequel.
Awesome.
I'm with Force. Force is bringing stats. I like this. That's good.
Forza's got the receipts.
What you got, James?
Yeah, tacos on the table. Okay, keep it going. Because
So,
Force
say
had all the
Wong,
things.
Kenshin Himura.
From
Himura?
Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's that's also a really good candidate for best samurai because that dude is a badass.
All right, maybe you guys should do a samurai bracket. Okay, can we just keep going with the rumors?
You should watch the Puppet History on Musashi. It's awesome. Anyway, go ahead.
Post it. Okay, a new game tied to Donkey Kong is said to be releasing on Nintendo's upcoming successor, to the Switch, some rumors have indicated that DK could be making his return to the 3D scene in a title like Donkey Kong 64, while others have suggested that a game similar to Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze could be on the horizon. Tacos on the table. Are we getting a new Donkey Kong game with the Switch 2?
Super
Do we
Switch.
I was gonna say,
Super
do we want to save Forrest for the last on this? Because I know he probably has the biggest opinion on this.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, because you're our resident, gamer, so that's kind of like I'm kind of like
Right.
saving best for last kind of thing.
Aw, thank you.
Frey, what are you gonna play?
I'm not putting tacos on the table, but all the bananas.
Yeah,
Every banana on the planet, on all of the banana trees. Every banana on the table.
oh yeah. Jamez, what do you think?
Donkeys don't like
I give this
tacos.
Yeah, I do all the fried plantains on the table.
But not in coconut oil.
Maybe a little bit.
No, I'm allergic.
I know you're allergic, but I'm not. That way I can eat more of them.
Yeah,
That's
if you
true.
can't. So there
That's
you go.
true. Okay, you can have all the banana chips.
all
Don't
the plátano con dulces on the table. I'm gonna put them all on the table for this one, mainly because with all the retro Mario games coming back and all, of course Zelda's been doing its thing, but I mean, like, it's been a while since we've gotten a Donkey Kong game, so I think it makes sense that they're developing a Donkey Kong game, and it would make sense that they release it when the new console comes out, because that could be a day one release with the console.
Yeah. Well, and also the Mario movie did so well
Yeah.
that they probably, I mean, I could see them doing other iconic references. So
All right.
Van, is that you?
I don't,
Right.
both Van and apparently Donkey Kong now have the same laugh.
My tacos are definitely on the table. As to when we're going to see it, it may premiere with Super Switch. It may premiere a little after. But right now, many people are hoping that if this does occur, it will be taking a backseat to what should be Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 needs to happen, and it needs to be the very first thing that hits. But to Donkey Kong, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All the tacos, all the burritos, all the nachos, all the mild sauces and hot sauces. Yes.
I
God,
love
that
it.
makes me hungry.
For Super Switch.
Man, I
Not
wish
Switch 2,
that
Super
that
Switch.
was our transition to the sauce thing, but that's later.
That's later. Of course, should I buy a Switch now, or should I just wait?
My advice to you is to wait until March when we get the Nintendo Direct going over what Super Switch is going to do. Because if we come to find out that it is not backwards compatible, that your Switch disc cartridges don't go in the new one, then yes, get one. But more than likely it will. So, but yeah, don't go spending money right now. It's not a good time.
Come on, man. Bluey, the video game, comes out next month. I mentioned.
Well, then get it for your PS5. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, should I get a PS5?
Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
at,
you should.
Have any
at
consoles?
Husby's work, that you can actually save up like points that they award them to get a PS5, and so he wants to save his points up.
Nice.
I'm like, okay,
That's awesome.
do it. So
That's awesome. Good for him. All right, let's get into some Marvel rumors. You ready for this?
Yeah.
A new report has
tacos
surfaced
are
with
totally on
information.
the table for this.
Okay, not even gonna read it. So, Marvel Studios' upcoming Avengers Secret Wars. So, most of us already assumed that Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man would show up in the movies, but according to an insider, Holland's Spider-Man will be the lead in the movie. But also on top of that, the report is also saying that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will also appear in the film. What?
Yeah.
I
That's
think
a-
the success of Spider-Man Far From Home,
No Way Home.
No Way Home, sorry, from Spider-Man No Way Home, it makes sense
Mm-hmm.
that they would bring Tobey Maguire back, and I mean,
Well,
the
it's
big
going to
reception
be
for Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, but it's going to be repercussions of the multiversal war because of the
Right.
whole Kang stuff that's happening. So I could see that being there. And Spider-Man was a big part of Secret Wars. So I don't see either one. I think both of these things are highly likely. I think if he's not a big part of it, that would be more of a disservice and they should change the name of the movie because I've already been burned by Secret Invasion and I am not getting burned again.
You mean Thwippy McThwipson?
So I don't care what they could call it Oops All Spiders. That's fine. Avengers Oops All Spiders. Cool. I'm just saying it
Wow.
make it make it like Secret Wars.
It's your
if you're
YouTube
gonna do
short.
it.
Oh, that is good.
Oops, all spiders.
All spiders. Fours, what do you think? We getting Spideys? Low spiders? I don't know.
Yeah,
Low spiders.
yeah. I'm gonna put the tacos on the table, but no cheese, no guarantees, no guarantees, but the tacos on the table.
No guarantees.
We're on it today with our
Oh
food
my
puns. I'm
goodness.
telling you.
All right. Young Phil, what do you think? You better think of something funny to say too.
I was gonna say no pressure on the food puns.
No, I already said mine at the beginning, so I mean,
I said it before you even got any words out.
yeah.
Forrest has all the dad jokes.
My tacos are on the spider web for this one.
He tried. It's okay. He tried, guys. He tried really hard. Can we give James a round of applause?
Moving on. Some new details have been shared regarding Steven Yeun's involvement with Marvel's upcoming Thunderbolts film. It's being reported that Yeun will take on the role of the Sentry in the Marvel movie, and he's a deranged and incredible, powerful character. The character will be part of Val's Thunderbolts team and will be involved for the first 2 acts before something rips him away from them. What y'all think?
I don't know, man, because
Glenn.
huh?
Glenn from Walking Dead. Is he
No, I
gonna-
know. That's why I'm saying I don't know, because I feel like, I mean, I'm sure he could probably bulk up, because I mean, look at the dude who played Adam Warlock. Like, he bulked up a lot because he was a real skinny dude too. But Steven Yeun, he's a pretty thin, small guy. I don't know if he could bulk up enough to be Sentry. Sentry's a big guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Sentry,
love Steven Yeun, and I think he will make a good hero. I just don't see him as Sentry.
right?
Do you see him in the Sentry comic book accurate outfit? Because that's part of the rumor as well, that it's going to be a comic book accurate, costume,
No.
gold,
And
gold
that-
suit.
That makes me even further say
Yeah.
that I kind of don't see Steven Yeun playing Sentry. I can see Steven Yeun playing a character in Thunderbolts, and
Yeah.
I don't know who we would get him to play. Like maybe Agent what's the secret agent dude's name? I'm trying to remember his name.
James Bond.
No, Marvel jackass.
I know. I think I know who you're talking about. I can't remember the guy's name.
He's a Wolverine character. I'm trying to remember his name, but he has a big role in Thunderbolts too.
Nick Fury.
No, his name is Agent something. I'm trying to remember what his name is.
It's not. No, I don't think that's who you're talking about.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a Wolverine character, and then he plays a fairly big role under Thaddeus Ross.
Agent Zero.
Agent Zero. Like I can see him playing Agent Zero.
That's who I thought it was, and I was like, no, that's not. He's not talking about Agent Zero.
Yeah. Like, I
said
can see him
it.
play Agent Zero. I think he'd be a badass Agent Zero, right?
I think that would be a much better use for him to be Agent
Right.
Zero. I just don't think. I think if you're going to bring Sentry in, you're going to have to nerf him pretty hard by the end of the movie, and I think that would be a disservice to Steven Yeun. So
unless you're making Sentry the bad guy.
Yeah, but then you have to catch him, so you're containing him for some reason. That's what I'm saying is I'd rather see Steven Yeun survive the movie and continue on. So I'd rather see him in a role that I know is probably going to continue.
And Agent Zero would be one of those characters. Agent
Yeah.
Zero really like basically he's another Black Widow. You know, he's
Yeah.
he's like a normal person, but he's so badass that he can beat up superheroes. So it's like, you know, like Agent Zero is a good character to make him.
Mhm.
Like I said, and especially just because the way that like I think Steven Yeun's a waste of a character to make him a one-off, or a waste
Mhm.
to make him a one-off because
But they've been doing that lately. They've been taking these really good actors and putting them in these weird little roles and making them one-offs. So
right. Now, Sentry, I wouldn't want to be a one-off. Sentry is basically Marvel's Superman. So I mean, like you don't want to, and he's such a compelling character. Like when you start making him, start getting into the multiple personality that he has, and you know you get into just how strong Sentry really is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, technically so is Adam Warlock, but I mean, like you know, Sentry is a character that I want to see more of, but I also think that Steven Yeun is too small to play a character like Sentry.
Yeah, I think that if you're gonna have somebody in the MCU that's playing a character with Superman level strength, he should at least have the bulk of Thor.
Yeah. I know this is gonna trigger Frey, but I mean like the guy, I'm not saying he should play Sentry, but someone with the build with a build like Henry Cavill.
No, I could see that too. That actually, I would love it if Henry Cavill would play Sentry because I think that would be great.
Yeah, that was my pick for Sentry. Like a while back when they said Henry Cavill might be coming to Marvel, my pick was I want him to play Sentry. I think he would play a badass Sentry, but I also don't want him to be, you know, that's almost
typecast.
Yeah. You know, I actually think another good character for him, and this is the conversation for another day, would be Captain Britain.
I absolutely think he should be Captain Britain, unless they go with just scrapping all of that and just going straight to Betsy, and then I think they should just bring Haley Atwell back and have her play Betsy Braddock after the reboot.
Speaking of X-Men, X-Men is among the
We didn't do tacos on the table, did we?
Well, come on, people. You guys are talking so much. I'm going to eat all my tacos. They're not going to be on the table.
My tacos are off the table.
No tacos.
I don't want Steven Yeun playing Sentry. I want him to play. My pick for Steven Yeun is Agent Zero. So,
okay, Frey.
I said no tacos, nowhere.
Okay, Force.
No tacos here.
Okay, James. I say tacos on the table. Give Steven Yeun some love. Come on, he can bulk up. You know,
I am giving him love. I'm giving him a better character.
No, get out of here. He wants a gold suit, bro. He's an Asian dude. He wants a gold suit.
Doesn't he also do like I was gonna say Impossible Man. That's Venture Brothers. I've just been watching too much Venture Brothers.
He
Invincible.
Steven Yeun plays Invincible.
Yeah. Why would he want to go from a guy who wears a blue and yellow costume to a guy who wears a blue and yellow costume?
And basically going from Superboy to Superman back to Superboy, right?
Yeah.
That's basically when he plays Invincible, that's who he's playing. He's playing Superboy.
So X-Men, huh?
X-Men. Yeah. Among the new movies coming, heading our way, the first dip into the X-Men pool will be the upcoming Deadpool 3 film, which will see Hugh Jackman return to play Wolverine opposite Ryan Reynolds. But will Wolverine jump right into the X-Men movie? According to Inside Scooper, the answer is no.
I am behind this, and I will talk about it once you finish the line here.
Deadpool 3 will reportedly leave Hugh Jackman's Wolverine stranded on Earth 616, making the character a key part of the Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret War. However, the new Wolverine might not be part of the initial X-Men lineup. Yeah. Are we in the 616?
Yes.
We're 616. Yeah.
Well,
Film,
It depends on who you speak to. We could be 616. We could be Earth. What? 1.9999999 or something like that. I have no idea.
but Feige has officially said we're 616. So
Yeah.
All right.
I
Did Kevin say it? I didn't
Yes.
hear Kevin say
think
it.
he officially said it in the show.
That's his LMD. I'm just kidding. I
Uh,
don't care.
I 100%. I'm putting my tacos on the table right now on this one. So my tacos are 100% on the table on this, and here's why. Wolverine was not a part of the First Class.
Nope, he wasn't.
Right, so that's the whole thing. Is I get it, everybody wants them to go right into X-Men 97 and say that's going to be a part
The
of
new X-Men.
right. I think that if they're rebooting X-Men as a franchise in the 616, they're going to go right with First Class, and if they go with First Class, Wolverine is not a part of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think it's going to be the opposite. But my tacos are still on the table.
What is the
Yeah.
opposite?
The opposite is I think they're going to graduate all of the First Class, and they'll be the teachers and things like that, and that Wolverine will have already left the mansion to do it. So all that drama is done. I think they're gonna just leapfrog over the whole Phoenix thing, and then maybe tell it as a, oh, this is what happened in the past, and then you make it kind of like a origin story movie for Jean or whatever. But I think that they're gonna like leapfrog it over, and so that you have all of these wizened teachers that have been in the field for a long time, and then you got this new class coming up, and that's how
Gotcha.
we get Cannonball.
Oh God,
All right. Okay.
you're like retconning Civil War all over again right there.
Yes, I am.
Give me some Sam. Give me some Sam Guthrie. I like
I'm
it.
telling you, and
Forrest, what do you think?
I got the kid to play it. It's Rand from Wheel of Time.
Okay, you know what? He would be a good Cannonball. I'll give you that. He would be a really good Cannonball.
All right, sorry. Go ahead, Forrest.
My tacos stand with Cyclops.
What does that even mean?
That means
I
that
don't
means
care about Wolverine. All I care about is Cyclops and his blinky.
Lighty.
His light. They're not light. It's not lasers. His dimension eyes.
okay. So
Dimension eyes.
let me just stop you there and say that I stand with Cyclops with his blinky lighty
Dimension eyes.
one dimension eyes. No, I it would not make sense to me to have Wolverine, every person on the planet's favorite mutant, in this new. Are we allowed to call them mutants yet?
Yes.
Yeah,
Mutants are official in that universe.
Thank
they
God.
said it like twice. I think they have to say it like one more time before they can introduce them. It's like a 3 thing. I don't know.
Oh, like Beetlejuice. Gotcha.
Yeah. mhm.
So yeah, all my behold optic blasts are on the table with this one.
Mhm.
I
You're excited for
think
this?
it's going.
All of your kill Nathaniel optic blasts. The only thing that will kill Nathaniel.
Mhm.
No, I think instead of it being like a first class setting, I think it's going to be more of a modern. It's going to be a modernized in the new gen sort of first class. So there may be some very subtle differences. Like we may have one extra X-Man, or we may have like an X-Man from when things like from where they are now, like in year 2023 or 2024. Who was in the X-Men in 24? Like the chick with the bone meringue or marrow. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they rebooted it and they had like a first class, but it had newer students.
Oh, like
with them.
Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and stuff.
Yeah,
I guess
something.
Warhead in the new class would be such a great way to transition Deadpool into the MCU.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think so too. I really, because they're continuing X-Men 97 is why I think they're going to go with that. If they still say, hey, the mutants were here in 97 and that becomes canon in the MCU, then it goes like logically goes to that we'll have the newer class of mutants, and you have these older mentor guys, and then they come and go. So
And
I
that's
think that might be cool.
That's kind of where I thought you were going with it too, was that we use X-Men 97 as part of the canon, and that is like, okay, if you want to, like, we're picking up live action with characters in the MCU as they are, and it's just ending with the animated series. So then everything in the animated series is what's canon. You
Yeah.
know, like that would be, I think that would be a cool way to do it. Just,
And it would be
I think
such good fan service for
but
everyone.
it would have to be post Secret Wars, because you would be merging universes for all that to be something on there. And if they run Secret Wars the way that they did in the comics, then it'd be merging universes together. So then
Right.
it's one continuity.
To bounce off what Frey was saying, if they choose to go with a teacher perspective of this and actually have them start off as instructors, Cyclops should be played by none other than Josh Dallas. I'm just going to put that out there because Josh Dallas is the perfect Cyclops. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done fanboying over Cyclops now. I'm good. It's out of my system. I promise. Cyclops.
I'm looking up Josh Dallas. Yeah,
Just-
okay.
He
He
played
just-
Prince Charming on Once Upon a Time.
He just
And also was in the first Thor movie.
Forrest just reminded me of the old 90s Sega commercials with that Cyclops right there. Just
Cyclops.
Cyclops.
Hey, I think we're done with rumors. I say
Yeah.
let's move on to the download.
All right, guys. Well, it is now time to finish the rumors and get into everybody's favorite show segment part thing. It's time.
Time for some good strike news. With the Writers Guild of America strike officially at an end, movie and television fans are eager to see what the future holds. One of the most buzzed about aspects of the strike was studios suspending a number of overall development deals, but it looks like Warner Brothers has already begun to remedy that. So Warner Brothers Television is lifting suspensions that had in place for a number of biggest showrunner deals, including Greg Berlanti, Chuck Lorre, Bill Lawrence, John Wells, Mindy Kaling, and J.J. Abrams' Bad Robots. So looks like we're gonna get some stuff in production.
It's
Here we go.
Lori.
Hey, I was gonna say it's Chuck Lorre. That kind of bothered
Chuck
me.
Lorre. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Chuck Lorre.
Whenever you guys want to read, feel free to read.
Every time I want to
All right.
read, you tell me you
All right.
won't let me read.
Okay, just jump in. Just jump in.
You
I
want me
think
to-
it's fantastic.
I actually do. I'm very excited to see the writers come up now. There's not much you can do because the SAG is still striking.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Oh my gosh, we saw Stephen Colbert's monologue, and I was like, yes! I was like, this is it. The writers are back. I love it. And then I was like, yeah, but they can't have any guests.
with that, did anybody listen to Strike Force 5 while they were off the air?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Strike Force 5 is so basically all the late night hosts did a podcast, and all the money they made from the podcast, because they're all like giant personalities and everybody listens to them. All the proceeds they made from the podcast and all the sponsors from the podcast, they used to pay all of their staff while they were all laid off because of the writer's strike. So I thought that was awesome, but it was so funny. And it was like I said, all the late night hosts, and then they had a couple of guests, like Letterman came on one episode, and Jon Stewart came on an episode. It was they were all just talking about like their experiences, like what was the first show you did, or how was the first time you did a monologue and things
What
like
was
that.
it called?
Strike Force 5.
And it's like the 5 big late night hosts. So it was
Yeah.
like Seth and the I think
Seth, Stephen Colbert,
Stephen
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy
and
Kimmel,
Oliver, right? John Oliver.
John Oliver. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and they're all like pretty good friends anyway. Like they all know each other. I know
That's what
Fallon and Seth knew each other on SNL.
And they talk about stuff like that too. Like there's a lot of it's surprisingly a lot of them knew each other because of Jon Stewart.
Right. Yeah. Because Jon Stewart, like, gave half of Hollywood their start.
Right, but then also Colbert and John Oliver were both
Yeah.
part of
On
the Daily Show.
Stewart Show, yeah.
I did not realize that Stephen Colbert was a part of the Daily Show before Jon Stewart was.
Yeah, and he said it was horrible.
Yeah, he was a writer, and
Yeah.
and I was just like, wow, I did not realize that. And then he became a correspondent later on, and
Because
then
Jon Stewart liked the way he said a certain phrase or something. It was something like that, yeah.
Jon Stewart was the one that pushed him to have his own segments, and they both created the Stephen Colbert character that we know on the show, the caricature of conservatives, and then
Yeah, the white racist Catholic conservative. Yeah, that was
Right.
his thing.
which is funny because like he talks about how the way he came up with that character is because he grew up that way. He grew up in a white conservative Catholic household, and he was just like, it's just easy to make fun of, like, you know, that whole thing because I grew up in that, you know. And then
You make fun of what you know.
right. And then he said the first time that he got off of that character is when he started doing late night, and they all have their stories about how they did that. Anyways, because I will talk about this longer than we need to. So, yeah, I'm very excited to hear that that these showrunners are getting all the stuff, like all their deals back, because I mean they're all really good creative people, and they kind of deserve to have these deals.
Yeah, and I mean, we knew it would come back. I'm surprised that it took them as long as it did. I'm sure they were all on the phones immediately as soon as the ink was dry.
Well, I didn't finish listening to it, but they Strike Force 5 is literally like a day after the announcement, and that's what they're talking about on that last episode, because they're talking about how, well, this is the last episode, and here's why, and it was because of that. So
yeah, it was just neat. It was nice to see all that. We watched Seth's also his closer look. He did an extended one, and yeah, and so I watch it all on YouTube, so I can just watch it in different segments. But
so do I. I can't wait to see Closer Look back on my feed again.
Yeah, it was really funny. We watched the whole John Oliver show also, that first one when he came back. Oh, so good. So good.
I didn't realize that he already has an episode out, so I'm probably gonna watch that after we're done here. Well, I mean, I'm gonna go watch Ahsoka, and then I'm gonna watch that.
Right.
All right. Well, guys, it's time to really get into some SAG news, because now that the writer's strike has ended, the Alliance of Motion Pictures. Hold on, let's change this. All right, the Alliance of Motion Pictures. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page.
Motion picture and television actors has turned its eye to addressing the ongoing actor strike. You there?
Yeah, thank you for picking that up on me, because again, I was on like 12 different pages because I have
No problem.
SAG-AFTRA announced it's going to pick up negotiations back up with the AMPTP, with hopes of getting a new deal that will end on the ongoing strike. It's been hinted that SAG-AFTRA officials will be negotiating directly with the executives of movie studios rather than the company's representatives in the AMPTP. A similar process helped move the Writers Guild of America strike along with the likes of Disney CEO Bob Iger, Warner Brothers Discovery's David Zaslav, and Netflix boss Ted Sarandos negotiating themselves. I have something for that. So thoughts, guys?
Boo! Down with companies. Up with SAG-AFTRA.
I'll go with that.
Well, it sounds like it's on the way. It sounds like we're gonna get something for SAG, so that's exciting.
David Zaslav's a robot.
I am excited to hear that the negotiations are going up, but again, I have a feeling that the AMPTP is not going to concede as much as they did for the writers, because it just the AMPTP, like I kind of see them all as just robotic monsters. You know, like they don't care about actual people; they care about the money in their pockets, which they already have a lot of, right? So I mean, like, you know, I don't feel like they're gonna, you know, see actors as people, because they don't see, you know, people who they don't see people who don't have money as people as it is. So
yes,
you know, I'm hoping that SAG-AFTRA can negotiate a deal that is fair for all of the actors out there, to get things that, you know, to get the things that they deserve. I know Netflix made a lot of concessions for the WGA, as far as some of the things that they they were asking for. I'm hoping that Netflix, being that they're the primary streamer of the three that I just mentioned,
Yeah.
Netflix, can that they actually go and pay people what they deserve.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Netflix is a big, if they cave on the residuals, I think the others will too. I think that's it. And I think if they cave on the residuals, I think that's going to be a huge get for the actors because it's always a sticking point. Always.
Right.
And Netflix is big on taking care of their content creators, so I think that'll be big for Netflix to make a stand or put the first foot forward to say, hey,
Mhm.
yes, this is what we're going to offer. This is what we're going to do. I mean, when Dave Chappelle, when they put Chappelle Show on Netflix, he's like, man, I didn't even get paid for that one, even when it was on like HBO Max.
Yeah.
And they're like, you didn't get paid? He's like, no, man, they just took everything from me. It's, it's my little baby. And they're like, how much was it? He's like, 25 million. They're like, there's 25 million. Can we put Chappelle Show on Netflix? And he said, of course you can.
He's like, you just gave me 25 million. You do whatever you want.
Exactly.
You want to fuck my
right?
wife? Go ahead and fuck my wife.
Whoa. I mean, hey.
I'm rich again, biatch.
Yeah, that's. Hey, speaking of rich people and bitches, no, rich people. There's James Gunn news, people.
Yeah, James Gunn in the building.
Time for some Batman is a fascist news. Fans have been waiting for the dust to settle as we slowly get information on James Gunn and Peter Safran's DCU film and TV plans moving forward. How many people do you think know that Peter Safran is actually steering the ship too? Because we hear a lot of James Gunn noise, but we don't hear a lot of Peter Safran noise. Anyway, moving on. One thing that remained up in the air has been some of the casting of new projects and whether or not we will see returning stars integrated into the new movies. But Gunn has confirmed 3. We got 3 people, 3 characters. They're going to be DC actors. It's going to be the actors that were in it. They're going to be going bloop, 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 transport, and then they're going to still be in it. You want to know who they are? Do you guys want to know? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
In a recent Twitter post, Gunn said that he's going to welcome back Holo. Say his name. Manduena.
Holo Maridueña.
Holo Maridueña as Blue Beetle, Viola Davis. Did I get that right too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As Amanda Waller.
Who is the perfect Amanda Waller? I don't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could play Amanda Waller better than Viola Davis.
Maybe Angela Bassett.
I don't.
Lady from the Justice League Unlimited show.
Actually, yeah, because they both model her voice and the look of Amanda Waller is based on that actress too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, cool. John Cena as Superman. Did you hear he's playing Superman?
Yes,
Yeah.
we heard you.
I mean, he looks like Superman.
Yeah, absolutely. Or Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
What do you guys think?
I think that's great. These were the people that I thought they were going to bring over anyways. Like I know, mainly because of the second Suicide Squad movie. Amanda Waller, John Cena. I mean, Viola Davis and John Cena makes sense because they did play big parts in that film plus the series.
Well, and like Viola Davis has like really weathered playing Amanda Waller in movies. It's like she's been playing Amanda Waller for a bit. So I would have been shocked if she hadn't been continuing.
Yeah. And she again, her performance as Amanda Waller is perfect.
Oh yeah. I don't even see I don't look at her and go, "Oh, that's Viola Davis." I go, "Oh my god, Amanda Waller in the building." So
You know, the only time that I would be okay with them recasting Amanda Waller at any point is if they're doing a younger Amanda Waller when she's like a special forces operative.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they can do that.
And that would have to be something where it's in like the backstory for Deathstroke if they do a movie with Deathstroke.
Mm. I see this as we're getting one step closer to a Checkmate movie.
Ooh, that'd be good too.
King Faraday, everyone.
I mean, they haven't announced the back half of the what is it, chapter 1?
Yeah.
They haven't announced that yet. So
If they announced Checkmate in chapter 1, I would slap someone. I would be that shocked.
I wouldn't put it past James Gunn because he loves doing stuff like that. So
I know, and that's like I'm just happy I got the authority in chapter 1 because that's what I wanted. I've been saying it for years. All right. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun. I'm really happy. I think the 3 that are going over, I think are wonderful picks. I loved Holo. Is it Holo?
Holo. Yep.
Holo. Okay. I loved Holo's performance as Jaime. I thought he did a fantastic job. And obviously Viola is just she's fan-freaking-tastic. And I won't talk about John Cena. But
John Cena. Sorry.
So I think that those are good. I think all 3 of them inhabit the roles and do a very good job in them. So yeah. And I think that opens up Momoa to be Lobo.
I think that's what they're going with because I know that they were saying that this was supposed to be the last Aquaman because he was going to be recast and he's not like he's been getting really excited and he posted a picture of Lobo and all this other stuff when it went down. I'm pretty sure they're casting him as Lobo and he's been very vocal about wanting to play Lobo since like the beginning. So I mean,
Lobo is so much more. And just seeing his Aquaman on screen, it's Aquaman. Like it's if Aquaman and Lobo had a child. It honestly is that. So just make him freaking Lobo. Yes.
Aquabo. I just want to hear him say "frag" 1,000 times.
And my man, frag my man. What? No. I want to hear him say "bite me, fanboy."
I just want to look at a really beautiful lady in the eyes and say, "Holo maridueña."
Well, you know what's funny is when you said that, I imagined him saying, "Bite me, fanboy," just like that. Because I can hear him say it just like that, right?
Yeah, that would be great. All right, let's move on. We got some Stranger Things to talk about.
Time for some upside down news. 148 days after the Hollywood writers' strike turned the film and TV industry upside down, Netflix Stranger Things writers returned to work. They said, "We're back." The Stranger Things writers account tweeted at exactly 12:01 a.m. Wednesday, the scripts for season 5 of Stranger Things are believed to be written. Writing for the final season started on August 2nd, while shows are permitted to reopen previously shuttered writers' rooms and resume writing and rewriting scripts. Stranger Things 5 won't begin production until after the ongoing SAG-AFTRA actors strike reaches a resolution. So at least we're getting the writing for Stranger Things back on point.
Well, they
God, they're gonna have to change her name from 11 to 21.
No, just say 24 and then make it like 24. Last season of Stranger Things is like 24 because they would be up to that by now.
Yeah.
No, I think, and then Kiefer Sutherland does need a win right now, so bring him on. Sorry, I went way off on that. No, I think it's fine, but they can get all the pre-production stuff completed. So I think that's something that we can hope for. But yeah, I don't care. I don't care how long it takes. Pay the actors what they're worth.
Right.
And don't you always use AI. That's ridiculous.
I like how they put things in place about AI, how it's up to the writers to use AI, but the actual production companies can't use it unless the writers say, yes, we can use AI at this point. Kind of interesting.
I just see like there are a lot of reasons that people get scanned. So like I was watching The Last of Us that they did a 30-minute like special with all the different making of Last of Us. It was on Max. Anyway, they were talking about how they scanned the actors so that they could, in case they needed to use CGI for anything, like on the clickers, or if they just they needed them for like stunt doubles or whatever. And so they would have them scanned. And I was thinking that made me think back to when some actors were saying, well, I was on an HBO show and they scanned me and they didn't tell me why. So some of it, if it's VFX heavy, could be because of that. But it's like, I think there needs to be more communication to these people. So I think that should be written into something as well. Look, if you're going to scan someone, not only do you need to have their consent, but you need to have their understanding on what it's for so that they're not signing away their privilege to be a person.
Yeah.
So. No, I agree with that.
Cool. All right. Time for some Marvel news.
Is that?
And here, I thought you were trying to do like some sort of like the thing how Kingpin, you know how he like sometimes struggles to get certain words out because he's so angry about them. And that's what I thought you were doing with that when I read it. So that was not the line reading I thought at all. And it was fantastic.
A new synopsis has been released by Marvel for the upcoming Echo series.
Did you say synopsis? Synopsis.
Echo series. Get it? Echo series.
No, I get it.
Which has been pushed back from November to January.
The picture is of Kingpin, and I realized she's holding a gun to him. But I was just like, for some reason, I don't know. Anyway, keep going. Go.
Got it. Marvel submitted the official rundown for the show to the United States Copyright Office, and in its revealed that Echo has officially taken over Wilson Fisk's Kingpin's criminal empire. So I do have a Echo, synopsis.
Echo, synopsis.
Because it's an echo. You get it?
I get it.
That's how an echo goes. I'm going to explain it to you more.
I mean,
Anyway,
I just think that, the picture of Kingpin, it's kind of misleading.
No, I'm just saying for everybody else.
No, it's a very
so they can appreciate my joke. That's it. It's an echo.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Marvel Studios presents Echo, in which Maya Lopez struggles to reconnect with her Native American roots while balancing aspirations tied to a life of crime as a successor to the brutal legacy of Wilson Fisk, aka Kingpin. In the first episode, we are introduced to Maya Lopez and her struggles.
Struggle.
So the synopsis also teases how large Kingpin's role is in the series, with D'Onofrio receiving second billing behind star of the series, Alaqua Cox. Interesting. So I wonder if there's going to be like flashback stuff.
Probably. But and I think it's kind of cool, but he's either going to get second billing or he's going to get Vincent D'Onofrio.
What's better, and or with?
And
you're the final name on there before you get in there, so it's a better slot. And also, you tend to get a better contract, and it's more like you're doing it as a favor. If you're second billing, you're probably getting more money, and you're probably going to be in the show more, like on like a regular of the show. If you're it could be. You could be on one show or you could be on 7. So.
Unless you're Colby Smolder in Secret Invasion.
Well, we're not talking about that.
She got paid a lot of money to die in the second episode.
Yeah. And they kept showing it on video screens, and they're like, oh, yeah, we got to give her credits again.
Yeah.
So.
And she gets a residual for that. And she gets a residual for that. And she gets a residual for that.
Hey, she's doing an Echo.
Echo is set to hit Disney Plus January 2024.
Just throwing James off the entire time.
Forzy, are you a Spawn fan?
Unfortunately, not.
What?
I did like Spawn at midnight on HBO back in like 1996.
Which is like one of the best Spawn like renditions generally in general.
Generally, in general, yes.
Yeah. Guys, Jason Blum has confidently confirmed that Todd McFarlane's long-awaited new Spawn will be released in 2025. During a recent press check-in for the Exorcist Believer, Blum was asked about the film, and he said, 2025 is when Spawn is going to come out. I stand by that. Stand by that.
All right, that's good.
Oh, darling.
I'm excited for this because I mean I've been wanting to see kind of what they're gonna do with this because it's cool to see that Todd McFarlane is so involved in this. And you know, again, the last we heard, the writing that McFarlane said that he was doing was it's supposed to center around Sam and Twitch, and then Spawn is supposed to be like, you know, kind of in the background causing havoc, right? So I mean, which is how the comic goes. So I mean, I want to see that, and it's more of a horror thing. So I kind of want to see that as like the way you do Spawn.
What's the big one's name that John Leguizamo played in the first
His name is
movie?
just Clown.
Clown? Okay.
And then
he's scary.
He transforms into the Violator.
He's scary.
So I wanted to bring this up on this. Call of Duty right now, the season pass. So every season, you know, there's like a big character like skin that you want to get by the end of the season pass. Like, you know, if you play the game enough, you get to see the skins. The Halloween season right now is all Spawn characters. And Keith David, who played Spawn in the animated series in the anime, is also voicing Spawn in the game.
That's fantastic because he also has been in a lot of stuff and he was Captain Anderson.
But I mean, yeah, it's like right now my because there's two factions in the game and you can pick characters for each side. So like if you depending on who like what side you're on, it'll be each character. So I talked about it last week. My my character on the good guy side, he wears samurai armor, right? Because of the season pass, my character on the bad guy side is Clown.
That's awesome. But I mean, you like the Joker anyway, so it's not like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's actually Clown, and he is extremely creepy. He looks just as creepy as John Leguizamo did in the movie.
Yeah, that was like he was creepy in the movie.
Yeah, like he's short and he's fat and he's got the same face paint.
He's like squatty. It's like he's squat. Yeah, it's like he's always squatting. It's weird.
Yeah, Leguizamo's good when he plays characters like that. But I mean, like, that's what they're doing in the season pass on Call of Duty right now, which I think I'm probably gonna try and stream one of these days this week.
You know what? Graveyard will like this. I think John Leguizamo would be a good Mojo if they ever did Mojo.
Yes, I would love him as Mojo.
I'd been struggling to think of anybody. He would be fantastic as Mojo.
Yeah.
A good Mojo Dojo Casa House?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm on the wrong page.
All right.
Time for some bad news.
Let me do this one.
Yeah.
I'm Irish, and I feel like I need to do my Irish brethren.
This one's upsetting.
Yeah. I'm Irish too.
So do you want to do it?
No, you already called it. Go for it.
Okay. So Sir Michael Gambon, the Irish-English actor who was best known for playing Hogwarts headmaster Albus Dumbledore in 6 of the Harry Potter movies, passed away at 82. Yeah. The family shared in a statement, "We are devastated to announce the loss of Sir Michael Gambon, beloved husband and father. Michael died peacefully in a hospital with his wife Anne and son Fergus at his bedside, following a bout of pneumonia." Some of the other projects he appeared in over the course of his long career included Love Story, The Singing Detective, Toys, The Wind in the Willows, The Insider, Sleepy Hollow, Godsford Park, Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, Layer Cake, The Omen, Fantastic Mr. Fox, The King's Speech, Doctor Who, Paddington, Judy, and much more. Sir Michael Gambon, you will be missed.
That's
Super
two
sad.
Dumbledores, man. That's two Dumbledores
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, I mean, but like, look, they both were older, so it's not like they passed in the prime of their life, and that
Right.
the role of Dumbledore is cursed, and Jude Law should really watch out because I think he'll be fine. Although he
Super
is
sad.
doing a Star Wars movie or Star Wars show, and there's a lot of stuff that could fall. So,
Ouch.
you know what? Let's put Jude Law in bubble wrap.
Just
when
don't
he's
have him
not
stand.
acting.
Just don't have him stand next to Harrison Ford near like the Millennium Falcon door, because
So that way he
Right,
doesn't break
yeah.
his foot too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
I'm sorry, Graveyard. In a moment of like like just sadness, his jokes just get me. His
That's good.
His belongings went to Snape by the right of the Elder Wand. Oh wait, guess it's Daniel Radcliffe's now.
This has got to be so devastating for Daniel Radcliffe, though,
Yeah.
because he was so close to both of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, for him to lose, and he still talks about his relationship with Alan Rickman. And so I just can't imagine that poor guy. We should make him Wolverine. That would make him feel better.
Somebody buy him a horse. He'll be fine.
Was that an Equus quip?
Time for some interdimensional bad news.
That was good.
Was that did you just make an Equus quip with Daniel Radcliffe? I'm so impressed right now.
He did, and that was really good.
That was you win the episode, James.
You win the internet, James.
We try. All right, let's keep it going. Until now, Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon hasn't talked about or addressed any of the drama surrounding Justin Roiland, who was fired from the series and several other animated shows he was working on. Roiland found himself disgraced after accusations of abuse and harassment exploded on the internet. During a recent interview with a Hollywood Reporter, Harmon talked about his legacy in Hollywood and his goals for retirement. At one point in the interview, he asked about Rick and Morty's recent ordeal with Roiland, and Harmon said, "It's all just sad because the goal for it was to be indistinguishable. At the same time, it would be absurd to suddenly decide that the entire foundation of your creative project was, coincidentally unimportant." He said things that he's never said before about being unhappy, and I remember saying to him the last time we spoke in a person like, "I am worried about you, and I don't know what to do about the excerpt. I don't know what to. Oh my god, what is wrong with my eyes right now? What to do about the excerpt?" I am losing it. Except to give you all the string, and also just say, "I'm scared that you're not going to come back." But then this conversation became
Precedentedly
confrontational. Interesting how
you know that word is very triggering to me.
Confrontational or unprecedentedly?
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the sad thing. Actually, James, go ahead and finish the last quote that he has here, because I have something to say about what he said here.
I think that's far as I get to take the story. At that point, we no longer both there for it, and it starts to become not only unfair to me to continue, but totally uncomfortable, because from there, a friendship goes away, and I still don't fully understand why.
So here's what's really sad about this, because it's not mentioned in this article right here, but this conversation that he had with Justin Roiland was in 2018. That's the last time he talked to him.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, basically he had not talked to him post this conversation, and the whole thing that he said when he said, I don't know what to do except give you all the string and also just say I'm scared that you're not going to come back. That whole conversation was over text as well.
Wow.
It's sad, like kind of just basically what Dan Harmon was saying was that Justin kind of shut himself off from everybody. He had said a while back that it had been years since Justin was actually in studio. Like because everything that Justin recorded was from home. He would self-direct, right? So whenever they would record for Rick and Morty, he would self-direct himself for everything. And he just did not want anybody to tell him anything. He said like Dan Harmon in this interview was basically saying that their friendship fell apart and they haven't talked in years.
That's crazy.
5 years in a pandemic, and
Yeah.
they still continued the show. Super sad. So Rick and Morty season 7 is currently slated to make its premiere on Adult Swim October 15th. All
Yeah.
right.
Crazy stuff, man. You know, just when you start hearing about like everything that's going on behind, like, you know, we talked about it on the show a while back about Justin Roiland and his kind of, you know, embattlement that he was in, but then hearing the context of like depression and sadness and everything that he's been going through, you know, just kind of adds more to the fire on all of this. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of even then, like, you know, Dan Harmon's been trying, like, he had tried to reach out to Justin Roiland to, like, you know, just be a friend, and Justin Roiland just kind of, you know, shrugged it off. So
Sad.
I hope, as somebody who enjoys his work, and now that, you know, he's kind of dealing with everything else he's dealing with, you know, I hope things get better for Justin Roiland as far as his mental health. I hope mental health. I hope he's seeking help.
Yeah.
Because it seems like he needs it.
Yeah. Totally. Okay, let's keep it moving. Time for some Nuggy news. Nuggy news.
News!
There it is. There he is.
Nuggies!
Look, he heard Nuggies and he's like, give me.
That phrase, like, I want the Nuggies.
All right, McDonald's is expanding their sauce lineup. They will be adding 2 new dipping sauces to the menu for a limited time: sweet and spicy jam and mambo. What?
Where's the Szechuan sauce?
They're not bringing Szechuan sauce back. They tried to for a little bit.
Look, even the dog's upset about this.
Yeah.
It's sweet and spicy jam. That's the new one. So the 2 new sauces will join the chain's current lineup of 6 sauces. I didn't realize there were 6.
Yeah.
Including sweet and sour, ranch, barbecue, and it will also make the mark for the first time McDonald's has ever offered a breakfast-inspired dipping sauce in the U.S.
That's that sweet and spicy jam, and I want to try it right now.
right now. Speaking of, I do have a Sweet Opsis spicy jam synopsis.
Sweet Opsis spicy jam synopsis.
Oh, yeah. The sweet and spicy jam sauce is described by McDonald's as being a jammy red pepper sauce with a tongue-numbing Szechuan pepper kick and extra heat from cayenne pepper. It's suggested that the sauce can be paired with menu offerings such as sausage McMuffin, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits, hash browns, chicken nuggies, and French fries.
That's all we care
Anybody?
about is chicken nuggies, man.
I know. Like, does it work for chicken nuggets? That's all that matters.
No, I'm prepared to try it with all of these.
I know. Young Phil's gonna try it.
I have to on camera. It's isn't that one of the
Yeah.
rules when we talk about food? I have to.
That's one of the rules.
Yep.
Yep. Totally. And I also have a Mambo Opsis number 5 synopsis.
This is the first time you've done a good one in a while, James. Mambo Opsis number 5 synopsis.
They're all good.
A
You remember-
little bit of mambo sauce is
lot of-
right. A little bit of mambo's gonna bite.
Fry. James, like some of the ones you've been doing lately have been a little lazy.
Lazy? Echo, Opsis, synopsis is lazy?
I'm saying some of the ones you've been doing, you
I'm
can get better,
sorry.
but they were better. The ones you used to do were better.
Oh, well,
They used to be a lot more creative.
I'm
First
sorry.
is the graphics department, and now it's
I'm too
James.
busy
Who's
looking at
next?
the back.
Me? We don't do that with Jennifer. We've talked about this. That is not in my contract.
The
Y'all done pissed her off
Mambo
now.
Oh boy, here we go. Get her some mambo sauce. The mambo sauce is described as being a tomato-based, sweet, spicy, and vinegary sauce that has been
Oh my god.
inspired by a sauce popular in Washington, D.C. I've never heard of it. A similar type of sauce was previously tested by the KFC in 2021. McDonald's suggests customers try the mambo sauce with menu items such as a quarter pounder with cheese, hash browns, chicken nuggies, McCrispy, and of course, the fries.
All
They
right.
both sound delightful, and I
Wait.
will be trying both of them with stuff.
Wait. Tomato-based, sweet,
It's ketchup.
spicy, and vinegary sauce.
It's spicy ketchup.
Doesn't Heinz make this?
Yes, that is actually Heinz 52.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
Heinz 52 sauce. It's actually a thing.
57.
Oh, that's what it is. 57.
Oh,
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big fat McNope from me.
That is going to be a yes for me. I'm eating that with fries.
I'm going to get them both, and I'm going to eat them with all of it. And I'm going to eat them with chicken. I'm going to eat them with the fries. And I probably won't do the quarter pounder with cheese. The hash browns, yeah.
I'll do it. I'll do
McCrispy,
it.
yeah, I could do that. I can do some chicken.
I'll put the
chicken
quarter
stuff.
pound. I'll put the hash brown in the quarter pounder. Let's make it happen.
Oh, yeah. So, James, give us the date on this because I don't know if we're going to have this by the time the next episode comes up.
McDonald's is getting saucy with its new sauces starting October 9th.
You'll
Well,
have it.
that's 6
We
days
will-
away.
We will have it. It comes out the
Mhm.
Monday, the day before. So I'm going to try and see if I have enough time. This all depends on if I get off of work on time. That I if I get off of work on time next week, I'm going to try and stop by McDonald's, get the sauce and some fries, and I can taste it on show.
Okay. And if
There you go.
I get a chance, I will do it too. I'll try to
Yeah.
get both sauces. I'll see if we can do
Same.
that.
So why don't we just make next week distance McNerding and just call it that?
You know what
like
I'm going to do?
it.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get McNuggies. I'm going to get some
Okay.
sticky nuggies. That way I can make Jackie happy too. Bring her some chicken nuggies.
Make Jackie happy.
Mick
don't-
Jackie happy.
Why don't we all just select one Miggity Mac menu item with both these sauces and we'll each try it?
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, we'll do that.
That's
I'll
pretty
get
good.
hold on. Let me make sure
Can we
husband's
make
on
it an
board.
option to have more than one? Because
Well, what
I'm
are the choices here? So the nuggies, the hash browns, the fries, the
pounder.
breakfast,
quarter
and
pounders. Come on.
the Mc. Okay, so I'll get a McCrispy. How's that sound?
Sure.
If you're sleeping on a quarter pounder, I'm just saying you're missing out because it's super unique. For
James, you can have the quarter pounder.
I'll take the quarter pounder,
Okay, I'll have the McCrispy.
but we all get
But,
nuggets.
but everybody better freaking remember to do this.
Frey's negotiating with Husby right now. Like, so we're gonna get McDonald's next week to try the sauces.
He
It'll be
said
the
we'll
last-
see.
It'll be the last time I have it before I restart my diet and my fasting. So
There you
this will be a
go.
good thing. This will be a good thing to fast right out of my freaking diet.
It'll be the send off.
Yes,
gonna-
Bef-
it's gonna-
and- yeah, because after the
He
show, it'll
said
really
we'll-
be sent off quick.
He said we'll
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Because
Send right out. Yes.
Because he just said we'll see. He doesn't want to plan that far in advance. So.
So what we'll do is we also have to remind each other before the before
Yeah.
the show starts.
I wonder how spicy they are because I'm not a huge spicy food person.
I don't know. You know what is spicy?
Me,
Your take.
The Ahsoka season 1 part 7 Dreams and Madness. Let's do this.
Penultimate
Oh.
episode. Let's get into this, guys. It is now time to break it down.
Break it down.
Yeah, graphics department.
Never failing us. Ahsoka episode 7 Dreams of Madness. Ahsoka has learned a lot through her mysterious experience in the world between worlds, and she's found peace with her past at last. No longer is she simply a warrior focused on the mission above everything else. Now her focus lies on finding Sabine and Ezra, her friends, Only then will they move to taking on Thrawn. Ahsoka Tano has traveled the pathway to Peridia, but she swiftly learns she's arrived too late. She's always late. They're always behind. Morgan Elsbeth has found Grand Admiral Thrawn, and the fate of the Star Wars galaxy's home galaxy hangs in the balance. What do you guys think walking into this episode? Fours, I'm going to start with you. What were you expecting out of, like what Phil was saying, the penultimate episode?
So in all truth, I was hoping to get a little more origin on these dirty zombie-like troopers that we
Yeah.
have going on here, but that was disappointing. But come back to me later on in the segment and I'll tell you what the real disappointment of the episode was. Next.
Phil, what do you think?
I liked it, man. I dug that we got the fighty that we
Wanted.
we wanted, like we wanted a little more fighty. I like that Ahsoka showed up. Oh my god, I dug Ezra still fighting with a Jedi with no lightsaber and still
Yeah.
like
Yep.
just like using the Force to like just kind of be a badass. I like that. Like it makes it a different fight, and I enjoyed them kind of just being creative with the fight itself. I wasn't expecting it to be what it was, but I enjoyed what it was for what it was. You know what I mean? Like I thought it was great. I thought it was a good episode. And even with all this, we got a decent amount of storytelling to kind of like move the story forward to this last episode. Again, my biggest prediction, and I've been talking about this, is that the show is not going to end on a happy note. They're not going to stop Thrawn, and he's going to make his way to our universe, and that's going to continue on where the series is going. So I'll get more into that and at the end when we talk predictions.
Frey?
Well, I can sum up this episode and how I felt about it in one word. Fun.
Fun. Okay, yeah, that's good.
The fights were fun. You saw Ahsoka with her smirky smile. You saw Balin respecting the heck out of her. You saw like Ezra with his chaotic Jedi style and his only using the Force, which is definitely unpredictable. And you just saw I just saw the fun back. It was like everything seemed like everything was weighing on them. And since Ahsoka's come back out of the world between worlds, it seems like a lot of that's come off of her. And we get to see the fun, quippy Ahsoka more. And so I think that was good. Thrawn got to be more Thrawny. I love that Morgan Elsbeth is totally questioning him now. So I'm like, okay, we're all about this. I like this girl power, rah rah. And yeah, so I thought it was really pretty good. It did move the story along. There was a cute little like thing between Hu Yang and Ahsoka. That little thing when he was like, and didn't I feel bad about it? And she was like, no, it's like I just thought it was just had some really cute moments. Sabine is definitely better when she's with Ezra. He's like her center or something. So I just thought it was good.
Gotcha. I still feel that Ezra Sabine relationship is a little quirky. We talked about it last week, but
Yeah.
the beginning with Hera
Mhm.
going up against the what is it, the Republic Council, or all the other leaders,
That was the Senate.
the Senate, when she was about
Well,
to get court-martialed.
Yeah, like a
It was the Senate Council.
yeah, it was like a judicial review or something
Right.
like that. Yeah.
I am the Senate.
I am the Senate.
Not anymore.
I liked seeing that side of things.
somehow. Yeah, I loved that. And I loved the 70s of it.
It did feel very 70s. You're totally right. Totally right. But seeing Hera, seeing Carson, seeing Chopper all up in there, and then we get to see a special cameo, which I thought this was like a great way to pay homage to Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, and get her as part of the story, but without doing something like, CGIing her.
Without disrespecting her memory.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I totally
Yeah.
dug this. And it was nice seeing, Anthony Daniels back. It's funny too because I was watching how C-3PO was walking. I'm like, that is 3PO's walk. It's a little older, but you could tell it's
Lot older.
C-3PO's walk. Because we've met Chris Bartlett at a couple different cons who does a lot of these thinner droids like the 3PO type units,
Mm-hmm.
and he walks very quickly, so seeing Anthony Daniels back was kind of nice. So
Well,
I
and I
dug
think
that.
they adopted that because how they had to put him in the suit,
Mhm.
and he couldn't really move his like feet as much, and so he had to kind of do that, and that's what made the walk. But it was him. He really did it. They didn't have like somebody else do it and him voice it. So that was kind of cool. That was neat.
I did think that was cool. You know what I found was interesting too, and we talked about this for us last week, was the timeline for this Ahsoka series. Because I was on board with what you were saying, but they kind of
They blew that out of the
confirmed-
water at the beginning.
Yeah, they nudged it. They like totally were like,
So this is
nope.
this is after Moff Gideon's, I don't know, whatever you call it, his defeat, I
Yeah.
guess.
Mhm.
So I guess where does that put us?
Well, but I mean, we don't know how long after that, so it could be immediately after it, and this is all just fresh in their minds, or it could be a few months, or it could be a year. I mean, we don't know how long it took them from the time we see Ahsoka in Book of Boba Fett?
Mando season 2.
I thought we saw her
and then
after that because after Luke took.
with Luke we did.
Yeah, okay. So that was Book of Boba Fett, right? That wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So is this taking place before she meets Luke or after?
I think
So
this
it
is
says-
after.
After.
It seems the Disney Plus show is set after Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, I'm just going to stop asking anymore.
It's after this last season, which they pretty much confirmed that Boba Fett was in between season 2, season 3? No, it's season 1 and season 2, right?
No, season 2 and season 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, season
right.
2, season
Yeah.
3. So,
2.5.
right, so she's already met Luke at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How about the training for Ahsoka, and you get to see more Anakin? Remember we had that rumor
Yeah.
Yeah.
about we're gonna get more Hayden Christensen in the last 2 episodes.
I put that in the chat like the night we all watched the episode. Like
Yeah.
I put if you guys caught that, I put that in there like,
Yeah.
oh, it came true.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
and I thought that was great, and I liked that, and I liked what they were saying with it. Like the hologram wasn't like I'm here with other people or this is a message for. So it was just him being her master. It was the day-to-day mastering he did with her, and I loved that. It showed his heart, and we got a quip from Hu Yang that was like, I had no idea, and then he was a good master. Like she convinced herself he was a good master. It doesn't matter what he did, I'm not him. And you
again,
could see that.
Somebody said it last week. Filoni is making damn sure that Hayden Christensen is playing Clone Wars
Mhm.
Anakin,
Yeah.
not a prequel Anakin, because he hates the prequels and he will not stand for it. He wants Hayden playing his story, not prequel stories.
I wouldn't say that Filoni really hates the prequels. I think it's more that he was trying to put context to things to make it better, to elevate the prequels. 'Cause
Yeah.
if he really hated the prequels, he wouldn't be, kind of telling the stories that he does.
Yeah.
It wasn't
And
you. It wasn't you. I'm
yeah.
sorry. So it was somebody from Saberland who was saying that Filoni really hated the prequels. Like his own
yeah.
he just like his goal with Hayden was to really get him over that and be like, look, dude, you're in the Clone Wars now. So
Yeah, and
put
I had
yourself there.
heard it. I was watching something, Star Wars Celebration. Anyway, it was a clip, and Hayden was talking about how he was excited to play that version because he had seen it later. I think his kids or something they wanted to watch it and he started watching it and he really liked the humanity that the animated series brought to Anakin and he wanted to do that. So he was really on board with it from what I understand with Filoni.
That's what I talked about last week was that
Yeah.
he talked about, I've talked about it for the last few weeks, that Hayden Christensen said specifically for this show or just like the new performances he's been doing, he's based everything on Matt Lancer, like everything that he's done in these shows. So Obi-Wan and you know, obviously a lot more here in Ahsoka. He based every bit of that performance on Matt Lancer.
Yeah, even to the point like he would like if you listen to his annotations and like the way that he does all of that, he does it like Matt Lanner did it, but he was doing it like Hayden Christensen was doing it, but put his own little. So then it's like Hayden's doing Hayden through the filter of Matt.
Right.
It's
Which is actually
it's so
cool.
funny.
Like, yeah, now I'm playing a character that was an imitation of me, but was so much better of an imitation of myself that it just challenges him to be a better actor because now he gets to play a better version of himself.
Talk about like Inception.
I know, right?
It's like Rebels season 1 because Rebels season 1 you had, you know, Star Wars' Aladdin and now Star Wars' Aladdin is played by the real Aladdin. So it's kind of weird how that works.
We talked about this. He is not Aladdin. It's Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia more than he's Aladdin now.
Rebel
He
season 1 he was
graduated.
absolutely Aladdin.
Oh yeah, Rebel season 1 he was Aladdin, but now he's graduated to Prince of Persia.
You know what I thought was cool too with this hologram is that there's also a scene in Rebels where they're watching Anakin, it's Ezra and Ahsoka, watching a hologram of Anakin showing the different forms.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a weird callback, just a little bit of a callback to Rebels. So I dig that.
Yeah, it is really nice. I feel like the attention to detail on it is actually really good. That the callbacks are within the storytelling and don't seem like they're forced in there, and I appreciate that because there's something. I mean, the C-3PO thing, if we really want to get to it, yes, it was completely fan service and it was a little shoehorned in. But other than that, I think the rest of the episode, all of the stuff seemed pretty organic that they showed as, you know, callbacks or homages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you guys find any like plot points that stood out to you? One that was interesting to me was that Morgan gives Grand Admiral Thrawn access to the Inquisitorial database.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
that was cool.
How does she like have it? And then she's like, I'm gonna bring this over to Grand Admiral Thrawn because I know he's gonna want it.
Well, it could just be that those are just the files in her ship. I mean, if you had information on all of your enemies, wouldn't you take that with you everywhere? I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would leave it at home.
You know what? It made me think like, are the Inquisitors somehow connected to the Night Sisters?
Oh, that's actually a good like thought question kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it made me wonder if like Vader started, seeking out Night Sisters and Force users, since he was looking for Force users, he came across the Night Sisters like, all right, I need you to, because all the Inquisitors look so different. They're all pale and I don't know. They're all different looking. They don't look like just regular Jedis that were converted. It looks like they went through some kind of process. And I wonder if
that
Night
could just
Sisters
be
were part of
them embracing the dark side too.
Right.
Because it
Could
does
be,
tend
yeah.
to
The dark side will twist your appearance.
Yeah, it'll
Mhm.
warp it.
Mm-hmm.
If Coder 2 taught us anything,
Did you just say Coder?
Yes, she did.
Coder 2?
But I mean,
Yeah.
they did confirm that whenever anybody embraces the dark side, they tend to do that. They change the way that they look changes, and we've seen that with almost every character
Mhm.
say for maybe one that comes to mind, and it might just be because this particular character wasn't fully dark side. If you really think about it, that person I'm thinking of is Count Dooku.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was more of an ideological. He went ideologically a different way, and that took him to, hey, our paths align now, they may not later, which is why Palpatine had him taken out. So,
And that's why I
Mhm.
think that Dooku wasn't necessarily like that's why he doesn't change his appearance. He doesn't look
yeah.
super monstery evil, kind of how
Mhm.
everybody else does. You look at Anakin and his I mean, given Anakin went through a lot of shit, but I mean
Yeah.
Anakin, when you see his face, he's very warped, he's very
Mhm.
pale and broken. Could also be that he's had a mask on for like 50 years, but I mean still there's that. Palpatine, when he embraces the dark, turns into a giant scrotum. So I mean, like, there's that.
Yeah. Well, I
Then-
mean, Mace Windu helped him with that, but yeah.
right,
Yeah. Little electricity never hurt nobody.
right. Electricity and the dark
Sparky.
turn him into. I do look like a scrotum, don't I?
No.
Skeletor, I am your father.
Oops.
All right, let's get to that Ezra Sabine westerny, wagon chase, I guess.
Wait, no. We got to talk about Thrawn and Anakin because that was a weird little
okay.
moment. And I mean, I've never seen Thrawn mentally stutter, and he did when he realized that Ahsoka was Anakin's Padawan.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, Ahsoka is Anakin Skywalker was her master," and it's like, what? What happened? So
because Thrawn doesn't make mistakes. So when he just realized that a wrench was thrown into the gears of his plan,
Right.
he kind of like glitched his brain, that is the Matrix, and self course corrected.
Yeah, no, but I just thought that was so interesting to see that. So
because that
I
definitely
think
messed
that's
him up.
cool.
Yeah, that definitely messed him up or messed up his plans. He's not
Mhm.
thinking that someone on the level of Anakin Skywalker is in here because he knows who Anakin is. He knows that Anakin is Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Darth Vader was always a threat to his power and his kind of seat within
Mhm.
the Empire, and
Mhm.
he never challenged Vader. Even like if you read the books or anything on there, he never challenged Vader. Partially because he was smart enough to know that Vader would kill me in a freaking heartbeat. But I mean, Thrawn, knowing that the tactical mind that Anakin Skywalker has, trained Ahsoka, and that's why she can get a one up on me every now and then. It's gonna make him think differently about how he approaches Ahsoka.
Good point.
Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it was an interesting little. I think there's more to it, and I think we will see more to it in season 2. I don't think they'll bring it up again.
Gotcha. Can we get to
But now we can, let's talk about Sabine and Ezra because I know that someone thinks that they should be boyfriend girlfriend.
I
and
think
it's
they're going
not
to get
me.
married. I think they're going to get married.
It's
They have to
Jinx.
get married in this last episode.
Double wedding.
The turtles are going to marry him, I think.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to
Not
work.
turtles.
Noti.
The pre-
They are so freaking adorable in their little outfits.
They're snail,
the pre-teenage mutant ninja turtles.
snail people, snail people.
No, we're gonna find out Ezra is married with 3 kids and 2 grandkids on the way. That's what we're gonna find out.
They're gonna.
I was thinking that, like, does he have peeps over there?
Right.
I want to see what
That would be
I want to see what these half snail people look like.
Wow.
Oh, you mean like
So you're into snail smut. That's what you're saying?
That's what you guys are saying. You guys are talking about Ezra banging snails.
No. I didn't even say that. Why did you assume that? I said we're going to find out that he's married with 3 kids and 2 grandkids on the way. Did I say it was the snail people? No, nowhere did I say that. Roll the tape back. Let's figure this out. We'll just fix this
Tape?
in post.
Unless it was a night sister, he's banging snails.
We don't know what else it is. Maybe it's half howler. We don't know.
Oh,
Why
God.
you all about that?
That is
Wow.
You know,
Took a
really
turn.
bad bestiality. Okay, we need to stop this conversation.
you know what? There's also those red, like red helmeted people too. He could be knocking boots with one of
He's got zombie babies.
Oh my
them,
God.
baby.
You guys are about to start a subscription to onlygalaxies.com.
Wow.
OnlyFans.
Okay, what I'm
Wow.
trying to think
Feet,
what else we
beard,
got here.
Snail people.
No people.
James, do you
they're
have
little
do you have any relevant input on this episode?
Any galaxy far, far away bestiality? Let me think.
Oh, my
Hey, well, you know what? What happens in a different galaxy stays in a different galaxy.
Oh my
You
God.
know what I'm saying?
Good night, everybody.
I can't talk about rallying the wagons now because it just seems
They're rallying.
Circle the wagons. Woo! It's a swingers party. Everybody put your little.
I feel really bad for any parents that are listening right now. Like, what are they talking about in front of my kids?
I'm a parent. Not talking
Your
about
children, your
this.
children are adults now, all right?
Yeah,
That's
and,
true.
and this is apparently bad. So
Oh, snap. All right. So Ezra Bridger.
Your children are adults and they have the same sense of humor as us.
That is true. But no, so here we let's talk about Ezra and let's talk about Sabine not wanting to tell Ezra that she did something bad.
yeah.
Bad.
She's kind of keeping a lot hidden.
Yeah, and she's not as
Interesting.
talented as Palpatine at hiding his crap.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's gonna come back to haunt her somehow. Like maybe
Oh, Ezra's gonna find out. I think Ezra will find out what happened before the end of this episode, and he's gonna be like, "Why would you do that?" And that's gonna create tension, which is gonna lead to a kiss, and then they're gonna have Mando Ezra babies.
God.
Mando Ezra babies. No, so real quick, I do enjoy how she's fighting. I think it's
Mhm.
really cool. She's got blasters, and it's not like the perfect fight. She's getting blasters knocked out of her hands.
Mhm.
She's switching to her Mando, utility belt with her grappling guns and
Mhm.
little whistler bird things. I think it's super cool.
It gave me kind of a Jackie Chan vibe. You know, his drunken master stuff where people knock stuff out of his hands and he picks something else up and does it. It seemed like that. Like it was that kind of like fast cutting type,
Mhm.
like a real fight. Like what would you do in the real situation? And I like that
Mhm.
because it made it seem more real and grounded. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I dig watching her fight. And she's not even like the best
Mm-mm.
aim, She's
No.
not like Mando, one shot or anything like that. So it's kind of interesting watching her battle.
Yeah.
She's not as seasoned as
Mhm.
as
And-
Din Djarin as far as like, her way out in the world. She left when she was still young and it was right after the Night of a Thousand Tears, wasn't it?
Yeah, she went to the Imperial
That's right.
training camp. Yeah, she.
Academy.
Yeah.
So she not only just being Mandalorian, she ended up getting the training of guys who can't shoot the side of a barn. So I mean,
Yeah. So we're lucky she's as good of a shot as she is.
right.
Mhm.
That's probably also why she misses so much, though.
Yeah, true. And probably why she likes to blow stuff up because it's harder to miss when you blow them up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else we hit. I know there was some Night Sister like triangulating Ahsoka stuff going on, which was kind of cool.
That
kinda
was
interesting.
cool. That gave me Empire Strikes Back vibes of the whole hiding in debris type thing, hiding in an asteroid. You know what I mean? Like it was that kind of thing. That's what I
Yeah.
meant by fun. Like that whole sequence, they come out of the why do I want to say elephants? I don't know. The Purgle. I know they're space whales. I don't or star whales. But yeah, and so I was like, this is so much like Empire Strikes Back right now. So
Right.
I think that's cool.
And I think they're setting up the Night Sisters to be like formidable like enemies.
Yeah.
You know, like they may keep using Night Sisters to tell more stories and be bigger baddies down the line. So
And
kind of
I think
interesting.
that's cool because I like that whole mystical aspect of it. I think that's like we get the stars and we get the wars, but we don't get the lores. And I think we need the lores to get the wars and the stars and to really understand them. So I think the lore is what we're missing. And I think Dave Filoni is doing well with that. I had no idea Claudia Black was the main Great Mother.
Yes.
And
And what
I
has she
love
been in?
her. Claudia Black.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to first give me your nerd card.
I'm doing it not for me. I'm doing it for the show.
Oh, well, why don't you just say who she is instead of saying and what has she been in? Just say what she's
Well, because
been
you're the
in,
one
dude.
talking about it.
Well, you can jump in.
Here, you can
She's
have
been
my
in
nerd card. I don't know who she is.
Oh.
Stargate SG-1.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
was
I don't
on
watch that.
Farscape.
Don't watch that either.
She's
Whether you
she-
watch it or not, she is.
she's got like major like sci-fi cred.
Yeah, I mean, video game wise, I mean, like she was in Gears of War. She's actually in Destiny, Mass Effect. I'm like looking stuff
Yeah.
up. Uncharted, Dragon Age.
Yeah, she is in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
She was also in The Nevers, which was a Joss Whedon thing that was on HBO. She was in that.
Good show.
Yeah, it was. I was really sad that it didn't get a second season because I really wanted to find out what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I did her IMDb just now, and she was in 90210.
Oh yeah, she was in 90210. I've liked her for a long time, but
She's been like, again, whether you've seen it or not or anything like that, she's been in some pretty major nerd sci-fi franchises, you know. So it's like, oh yeah, I never watched SG-1. Yeah, but it's a nerd staple. You've never seen Farscape, it's a nerd staple. Like those are things that are
she's one of those people, like if you see a picture of her, you'll be like, oh yeah, I recognize her. Like you'll have seen her in something, even if you don't know what her name is. So, but yeah, she's a great actress. But yeah, it was just shocking because of all the makeup, and I didn't even recognize it. So I thought it was kind of cool.
I liked her in Stargate.
I loved her in Stargate. I think that was her. I would love to see her do like that type of like archaeologist type of show, like where she goes through the Stargates and like just goes and takes what she wants and the wacky adventures she's getting.
Bring Stargate back. I missed that. Okay. Any
universe ruined everything.
Predictions. Final episode of Ahsoka. Any predictions?
So I mentioned it at the top of the segment that I don't feel that they're gonna stop Thrawn. Thrawn is gonna make his way back to the concurrent Star Wars universe and start causing more havoc. I do not think that this series ends on a happy note, and as it doesn't need, it shouldn't. You know, I think it's gonna end with a very Empire Strikes Back-ish feel, where the bad guys win. That's kind of what we need in order to keep the story going to the point where we get to this movie that Filoni's working up to.
They've been losing like every battle.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to stop Morgan. They haven't been able to stop Thrawn. They keep getting pinned. And this, by the way, this whole thing is Thrawn is sending him on this like little mission to like go fight, save Ezra, yada yada. He doesn't even care. He's like, fine, go do that whole Ezra thing. I'm just gonna pack my ship up and we're gonna head out of here. Peace out. You're gonna get stranded.
Yeah.
However many Force users you are, you're gonna get lost.
Hmm.
Yeah, good.
I think I think everybody's gonna make their way back to the galaxy. I think Ahsoka, Ezra, Sabine, they're gonna make their way back. I think that again, Thrawn is gonna find a way to get the Chimera back. The Night Sisters are gonna come with him. They're gonna reestablish. I think in whatever series we see them in next, there's gonna be a resurgence of Dathomir. That's gonna be
Yes.
the next big thing is that they are going to reawaken Dathomir because Dathomir at this point has been a dead planet since the Clone Wars. So
Yep.
yeah, and it's come up in a couple of different stories where it's like a shell of what it used to be. So I think with the storytelling that we've been getting over the last couple of games and series and things like that, the Night Sisters are going to reestablish themselves on Dathomir. It's going to help Thrawn strengthen himself
Mhm.
and make himself a stronger army and give himself more footing within the universe to make him a larger threat.
Mhm. I like it. I like it. Fours, you got anything?
Oh, I've got plenty of things, but we jumped to the predictions before we got off the episode. So
Do your episode thing first.
nah,
Yes.
because after talking with literally everybody I know, reading the forums, and talking to all of you, it is now come to the apparent conclusion that I am the only single individual on this planet that believes that Ezra should have force pulled that lightsaber off of Sabine's belt and put the business down on those troops and to Shin and got it done Luke Skywalker style. But everybody else didn't want that to happen. I wanted that to happen, but it didn't happen, which is what brought the episode from a 10 to an 8.
I think
But I'm
that
the only person in the world who wanted that.
I think that that's fun for an action scene, but it doesn't make for a compelling story.
It's compelling because that's what Jedis do.
But
And that's because Ezra, because we've been, how do I say this? I've watched all the way through Rebels once, and I've watched halfway through Rebels 3 or 4 times. So I'm fairly familiar of who Ezra is as a character, how he operates, especially post Kanan. And even if it were Kanan, even if he were alive, it's that just that little piece of
Yeah,
that episode
I
that
can
we
see that.
saw, that little piece of that episode we saw, that wasn't Star Wars, that was Disney. And I was like, and I know she has nothing to do with the episode or any of these episodes, but that moment in time where Ezra's like, "Oh no, I don't want my lightsaber back," that was so Kathleen Kennedy, it about made me sick. It literally almost it made me choke with disgust how he, a Jedi, said, "Oh no, I don't want my lightsaber back. Are you freaking kidding me? Your lives are in danger, and you're gonna let this chick keep your lightsaber? Can we get any more Kathleen at this moment? Come on!" But apparently, I'm the only person on this planet who thinks that.
Maybe
But
Galaxy.
I've been a Star Wars fan for just about 40 years. That was the most un-Star Wars thing I've ever seen, and I was extremely angry at that scene. Aside from that, the rest of the episode was great. It really was. It truly was. I loved every other part of the whole show, which brings me to my prediction. I think Balin is going to uncover an ancient dark side, either altar, academy, or temple. It's going to be huge. It's going to be dank. It's going to be evil. And I think when he was having his conversation with Ahsoka, I was brought back to almost like Lord of the Rings, where Gandalf is like, there are fouler things than orcs in the dark places of the world. To Balin, I think he's just getting his point across. There are darker things than the Emperor in the dark places of these galaxies. And I think he's about to find it. And he's going to probably try to establish himself as this I don't know what. I can't even give it a title. It's just something dark and evil and but pure, like not the dark side. I'm talking about like just this overwhelming. It's like he's trying to find his own true nature of the dark side that has nothing to do with troops or armies or weapons or anything. It is pure, like the Sith of the Old Republic, pure. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's what he's looking for. And I'm telling you, just like Luke is currently establishing the new Jedi Academy, Balin is about to find something that will help him establish his true nature in the dark side. And I'm hoping, I'm truly hoping it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be the Yuzan Vong.
Prediction number 2. I think the sisters are using Thrawn to reestablish the dark side's presence in the galaxy, and Thrawn is using them to reestablish the Empire's presence in the galaxy.
Yeah.
Because
I
Thrawn now knows the Emperor is dead, and the witches now know the Emperor is dead. Nobody stands in their way.
Yeah.
Not Luke Skywalker, not a dead Master Yoda. Nobody stands in their way.
It's like a
And
power
they're gonna go home and they're gonna kick ass.
Yeah. No, I
together or separate. Yeah, I totally agree.
that is exactly. I think it's.
I can truly say at this point without even. I mean, and it's a corny joke, but the Empire is truly about to strike back, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. The New Republic has no clue in the world the absolute beating they're about to receive.
Interesting. Any more predictions out there? Last shot.
Ray, who's getting married?
No one. So I think we're gonna find out what's been calling to Balin. And I think Thrawn's gonna make it back to the Star Wars galaxy. I don't think Ahsoka and her crew are gonna make it back. If they do, I think we'll see the world between worlds again. And that's how they'll make it back.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it could be one of those. And then I also think that I think that we're going to find out why Ezra didn't want the lightsaber. So I think there's more to it. So
I think there's a part of the storytelling that is going to explain that, and especially in this last episode. I think that usually you tie up loose ends in the last episode. There's loose ends, and I think that we're gonna find out something about either an aversion to the Force. He's learned to live without the Force, or kind of how I said in the chat. He's extra pacifist monk because 10 years of isolation where the Force didn't help him. He's just kind of like, I don't need this.
I also wonder if because of where they are and what's going to happen to Balin, if that is affected his Force powers and maybe they're stronger on the planet than in other places. And that's why he felt like he only needed to use the Force over having a defensive weapon as well. I'm just saying that. I don't know that for sure. I'm just saying that could also be a rationalization because I'm really good at rationalizing.
Yeah. Say Wong saying he's still holding on to his prediction that Shin Hati is this universe's Mara Jade.
You're not the only person to think that. You're not the only one to think that. Because
Ezra and Shin are Luke and Mara now.
Yeah. I really hope that she's Mara Jade. Like she is a form of Mara Jade because that's something that Star Wars fans have been wanting since the Star Wars has come back. We want Mara Jade. Mara Jade is such a good character.
Not only that, but if Filoni has if the hammer has been put down on Filoni and Filoni has been told you will not retcon the sequels, Filoni is now creating a parallel universe, meaning the sequels can exist perfectly fine, but let's recall the Flash. Let's recall what Ahsoka's other name is.
Ashla.
If you change the future, you change the past. Meaning we have a past where Obi-Wan Kenobi's on a desert, and then we have a past where Obi-Wan Kenobi goes on adventures with little Leia. So everything we've seen out of Star Wars since the sequels has been part of this parallel universe with minor changes. So instead of having Ben Skywalker and Jason Solo, we will have Ben Skywalker and Jason Syndulla. We will have Heir to the Empire not with Luke Skywalker alone. We will have it with Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka. See where I'm going?
I like
And Shin will return, and she will probably, and her real name is probably Mara Jade.
right because
Shin is not her real name.
that's what I'm saying. Her Sith name is Shin Hati, right? Whereas her real name would be Mara Jade. I would love that.
Mm.
And the other prediction,
But I mean, you know,
Her name is Lethal Mouse.
and the other prediction was that in The Rise of Skywalker, when Rey caught the little glimpse of her dark self, that's herself in our universe.
ooh, Ray is
Mm.
dope.
So in the
Especially with that folding
in-
staff. Yeah.
right, so in the future, when Luke's kids have to face off against this new dark side force, it's going to be her.
Ooh,
Oh, that'd be cool.
that would be so
that'd be
cool. Like I
fun.
said, I love that folding staff that she had. As
Oh.
that was one of the coolest things in the sequels was that.
I didn't know if we could put it in the rumor section, but there's been talk in Saberland among manufacturers who know people at Lucasfilm, and apparently it has been confirmed that the Thrawn movie is greenlit, but there is no news of Ahsoka season 2. So we might go from Ahsoka season 1 straight into the Thrawn movie.
Look, we could. That would be cool.
Hey, as long as it's 3.5 hours, let's go.
There has been,
James.
but I mean, like they have been saying the rumors right now are that season 2 is in development. It's not greenlit, but it's in development. So
Yeah.
you know, we talked
see
about it last week.
Or they haven't announced it yet, especially with the writer.
Yeah, we'll
and-
probably
and
hear
SAG
something
strikes
here in
going
the
on.
next couple of weeks if the SAG strike goes.
Especially after the finale.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, well, it also heavily depends if Disney gets sold to Apple.
So, James, what's your prediction?
Young Phil, do you have any predictions?
I
No?
already gave
Yes, no?
a bunch of predictions.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
All right,
he
good.
went first, so it's like you're the only one.
Oh, that was
dude.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You guys had way better predictions than I had. So the only thing I'm gonna say is that we're gonna somehow get tie-ins to the sequel trilogy. I don't know if we're gonna get like maybe I don't know, Oscar Isaacs or like a younger, or maybe we'll just see his X-wing or something like that.
We
I think
could
we're-
meet his mother.
See how
His
do you?
mom was big in the rebellion as well. Like
Yeah.
that's how he knew Leia.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna somehow get tied into the sequel trilogy just so everything kind of feels cemented, you know,
Mhm.
and everything has purpose. So we may even get what's his name from Resistance, the pilot.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I forgot his
Zono's. You're talking about what Chaz or Kaz?
Yeah, Kaz
Kaz
Ziono.
Zono. Yeah,
Kaz
Ziono, because his
His
dad's the senator. So.
Right.
Right. I think we might get something like that somehow, but yeah.
Right.
Other than- Go ahead.
I also think that with all that, we may see, if not within the movie or anything like that, or like by the end of the movie, we'll see the origins of the First Order.
Yes. Somehow the First Order will come out of that. Other than that-
Somehow the First Order survives.
Yeah. My other prediction is in this last episode, we're gonna get merch, people.
That's right, because ladies and gentlemen, hold on, wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch, people.
There it be.
Man, those photos you guys took and put on Instagram of the merch, fantastic.
In this picture, oh wait a minute, wrong button. This picture,
That
That picture.
We got hats that are $35 or $30 if you're gonna buy more than the one we have. We got shirts. We got 2 different shirts. So all you gotta do is DM us at Distance Nerding on Instagram. Let us know what size you want. They're $20 if you're here in Sacramento, or $25 if we gotta ship it to you. I think 30 if we gotta ship it to Florida. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
There's an extra
Flor-
Florida tax.
Florida,
Florida.
Man, Florida man has a Florida man tax.
There's a Florida man
There
charge.
you go.
Florida man has Florida
Yeah,
tax.
We got distance learning stickers. We got brand new character stickers. All you got to do for stickers is just DM us. Let us know you're interested in some stickers. We'll get you a sticker pack. We're nice to you. We even got brand new stickers from shout out to Geek Saga, right? They just
Yeah.
dropped off some more.
The
Oh,
new
cool.
stickers are badass. They're in my box out here, but I mean, like, not only did he come up with new stickers for us, he gave us a prototype for car stickers, specifically, like, they're waterproof and
like the decal things. Oh, I want one of those. If you
Yeah,
guys
so
decide to do that, I
we
want
just-
one for my car.
yeah, we just got them, and I told him I want more. So
We're gonna wrap Phil's truck in distance nerding.
I already have a distance learning license plate, so I might as well.
It's gonna
We
be
need
No,
to
I really
lightning
like
bolt.
if you guys really get like, 'cause I do want one. Like if you actually get me like 3, I want 3.
Yeah.
We need Funko Fray and Funko Fours.
Yeah,
Funko
well,
Fray and Funko Fours, we have pictures of. We just need to put them on merch.
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
That's right. 'Cause we got to put them on merch, people.
Hey,
Oh,
I
and if-
hear something about Lucharilla, right?
Yeah, if you still want more merchandise, we got lucharillas.com. Go get your Distance Nerdarilla. Get them on a bump box, on a t-shirt, on a memory card. I'm trying to think what else they have. There's like something else.
Tumblers pretty soon.
Tumblers pretty soon. That is right.
Didn't you say like, don't they have like what are they like,
Bottle opener.
bottle openers?
Yeah, bottle openers with the distance Nerdarilla on it.
Yeah.
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 L.A. Night. Yeah.
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 Go get some merch, and if not, then go check us out Mondays game streams from 8 to 12. I will not be there because Phil put me in timeout, so I got yelled at. So everybody else can go there.
Oh my
but
God.
I put in timeout.
If you weren't there on
Tuesdays-
Monday, James kept spamming stickers right in the middle when I was trying to listen to what the characters were saying.
He got so mad,
I was. I was like,
I got timed out
hear it.
twice.
so mad.
That's I gotta adjust the bot because the bot it's like you can't have long conversations. You can't do all caps. I'm like, okay, I'm turning all that off.
Yeah, it was
we-
hilarious. Like the reason I got timed out the second time was because I cursed because of the first time. And it went, you can't curse.
We cussed way too much for that to be a thing. And actually, before we jump into the rest of the schedule, we got news this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, on Twitch, we're officially affiliates, people.
We're affiliates, people.
So that means the AI mod that Graveyard had me set up will actually work on the next stream.
Which means at the end of this month, young Phil will receive his first Twitch check for $10,000.
I
Yeah,
don't know
right.
about that, but I will be canceled because I'm going to be saying things that I didn't say. So it's going to be great.
It'll work out.
I wonder what terrible, messed up, racist things that Jamez is going to make me say.
Maybe AI Phil won't kick me off the game streams. Maybe I like AI Phil more than young
Oh
Phil.
my God! You know, I'm afraid of the things that Jamez is going to put in there, and in all reality, James is going to be typing in things where I'm giving him all the praise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
It's
good.
gonna
It's
be
gonna
like
be
me saying, James, I love you. You are the best co-host on the show.
It'll be, I also love The Rock. The Rock is also amazing.
The Rock is amazing. I can't
Right.
wait to hear this
So-
AI.
Stay tuned on Mondays for that chaos. And
If you-
Tuesdays,
If you skip one stream, don't skip Mondays because
don't skip
it's
Mondays.
gonna be off the hook.
Colin's sick
Gonna be
for
so
work. Get the poops. Mondays it is. So Tuesdays, the download right here, 6:30 to 8:30. Typically right around there, 6:30, 8:30, or 9, 10 o'clock at night. Who knows?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just saying it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, nerdy news. Come get some. We're reviewing stuff, trailers. It's lots of fun. Thursdays, the build 6 to 8 p.m. on YouTube and Twitch, where Young Phil's building Legos and everybody's hanging out and having a good time. Do you have any guests on this week?
I do. So Brandon Boykins, friend of the show, friend of the pod. Brandon Boykins cosplay. He's a cosplayer from the Reno area. He has an amazing nonprofit that he runs as far as it's called Kindness and Cosplay. It is a great organization. So we're going to talk about his nonprofit. We're going to talk about his awesome cosplays. We met him while he was playing Black Adam, and I was Deadpool, and I grabbed him in his chesticles, and it was great. There's a picture of it on our grams. But he's a great guy, fun person.
Did he like moan out, smell what I'm cooking?
He did exactly that. He was like,
I can't hear it. Should we just get the pluggles? I don't know what's happening.
No.
Can you not hear it?
No. So let's I guess let's go into the pluggables, James.
Oh, distance nerding. Yeah. That's my pluggable.
Tell us about all the places that people can find you outside of the DN family here.
Okay. Hi, I'm Prey. And you can find I'm on Saturdays, I'm on the Nerd Out. I do the game mastering there. And we've got 2 games going right now. We've got Loki season 2 called What Ifs. We're in the multiverse is Loki. And then we're wrapping up our Ahsoka games. So we've got that as well. I also have my own channel called Frey Girl on YouTube, and we just dropped a couple of things actually. We dropped a Loki classified. So we classified all the Lokis into different Dungeons and Dragons classes, and they weren't all rogues, we promise. And and then we also dropped I think it was Bard was our last one, Clerics next week. So that's our journals of the classes. So if you don't really know that much about Dungeons and Dragons, but you're like, hey, I really like Loki, and I think this might be funny. It might be. I don't know, but it might be funny. And you can always look at the journals. There are supplemental series. But yeah, that's me.
Awesome. Fours, tell everybody where they can find you, where they can get some saber fonts.
What's up, everybody? I am Fours FX Saber Sound Designs. If you own one of these beautiful pieces from the Saber community, be it from Kyber Cave, be it from custom dark lights, custom dark wolf sabers, or even Vader's Vault, go to saberfont.com and head down to Fours FX and get yourself a sound font that you can put on one of these sabers. Also, be sure to pick out one of the many hundreds of fonts that are on the website from guys like Juan Sith or Harry Solo Fonts. There are a lot of phenomenal talented artists who do a lot of great work there. You can find me here on Tuesdays or Thursdays, or you never know where I'll end up. And you can find me and the Husbeard Graveyard on our new show, Beard in the Chair, on Friday nights on Kyber Cave Productions.
That's
so
Beard in the Chair, ladies and gentlemen.
So
their layout is amazing.
Oh, it is. I was watching it, and it looks it looks so good.
So until I see you all next time, may the Fours be with you.
Aww.
It's still cool how he has his own tagline.
You know, I kind of hate it, but I love it at the same time.
I know. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on. Make sure to let us know in the Facebook group. The Distance Nerdington post cut you off.
I love it, but I hate it at the same time, and it's because I'm jealous. Ladies and gentlemen, we say it every week. All you got to do is go to distancenerding.com, head over to the site. See right there, you can go and click right at the top, buy us a taco. And ladies and gentlemen, you can buy us a taco. All you got that makes you the coolest person in the world, because it supports us, and it supports us the best way that you can. Makes it so that we can continue doing shows with you guys, doing shows for you guys, try to entertain you the best that we can, because we're terrible at it, but we try. And that's what matters, isn't it? That we try?
Yeah,
No.
I guess. I mean,
No.
But it also makes it so that we
Wow.
can get you guys prizes. Then we can do all the things that we do at the live events and everything like that. So, guys, support us. Head over to distancenerding.com. Buy us a taco. Be awesome. We love you.
Yay!
Woo!
Now
Well, guys,
let's dance.
connect with us at all of the places like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet in Mandels the Beard, and soon to be, what was the other thing we said was going to be on our OnlyFans? Oh, that's right. It's going to be snail people porn. So there you go.
Snail smut.
Snail smut. If you want us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish that the internet would consume us, send us an email at dist.
Oh, yeah. Can't wait to watch Ahsoka tonight. It's going to be good.
I mean, seriously.
I think all my predictions are coming true.
Nerding at AOL.com, and we'll read it on air.
If
Thanks.
you want us to do a long con where we catfish someone for you, and then when they find out what happens, we break up with them for you, we will absolutely do that because we will put the time and energy into it, unlike other channels.
Exactly.
So send us an email.
We do it because we love you. Send us that email, ladies and gentlemen. So now, James, line.
Oh, thanks. And keep nerding together.
That is it from us, guys. It is the dance party. Let's have us a little bit of dancey dance fun.
I've been dancing with Chopper for like an hour.
I know. I noticed that. I was like, James is ready to go.
I can't hear the music. Is there music
I
playing?
can't either.
I think it's off.
I'm pretending. I'm pretending so that we can get out of here earlier and watch Ahsoka.
Distance nerding.
Ahoy there.
Ahoy, matey.
They're unicorny piratey.
That baby is like a Palpatine clone or something like that. That's freaky.
What baby? Aw, I love that kitten.
My son's girlfriend drew it.
Aw. She loves you all so much. Look at the love in her eyes. Look at it.
She wants to kill me.
She just wants your love.
Armies! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
SpongeBob Cool Pants. This doll is 40 years old.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.